Ladies love the skin.
Ow.
Bring it a little bit closer. The good skin, that is. That's why having a proper skincare routine is very important, and you need to feel the Teej. The process is so easy, just 4 steps. You got your daily face wash. That's going to clean your face up nice and right. You got your exfoliator scrub. That's going to open up your pores. You got your AM moisturizer with the SPM 20, which is going to protect you from the sun. You also got your PM moisturizer, which is going to make sure your skin is protected throughout the night. Teej has tons of reviews from dedicated customers across the world. I know I said a lot, but it's okay, because guess what? It comes with an instruction card to explain to you in detail what to do morning and night. And because Teej is a sponsor, they're offering my family 30% off along with a free gift. Just click that link that's in the description and feel the Teej.
Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching all of the buzz. I gotta add it, but I'ma go all the way up. So, taking me out of the world, bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Nice guy with a cold shoulder. You be cool, but I don't know you. Wrote a flower and I'm off the potion. Give me superpowers that I won't stop. To the bank, roll on supermassive. Big bank for the space chatter. Way up in the squad, NASA. Couple filled with the dark magic. Subtle flux when I run a race. Tell these rap niggas eat my dust. Lil baddie up the cellular. Talking life and I will set it up. I'm a sharpshooter, yeah, Will Smith. Call me Prince Park, let me freshen up. Bay boy on a level up. Way up, near the nebulas. I'm never copping a chain. Cause I see it all through the frames. And I leave it all on the pages. Feeling like they want me locked in a cage. They want us all on the fake shit, but I'ma go all the way A with it, cause I don't feel all the way safe here. Spray the champagne, shower up in the air. Stunning goggles, what the fuck is a flute? Untamed and she wide off the goose. Ghost ride, bitch, I come through the roof. Fuck 12, cause they all on my tail. Hella wild and I break all the rules. Chill, bro, you out of line. You don't know it's a mood. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the shore. She taking me out of this world, bitch. I'ma go all the way. Got the spinning, got the candy spinning. I'm outrageous with it, going crazy with it. Got the phrase jumping up the page, gift it, got the wave pushing, got the neighbor tripping, got the crap booming, jumping out the speakers. Grip on me, jumping off the engine. Gold wristed, couldn't tell me shit, bitch. No, bottle fisted, cooking the bars, turn a lab into a living kitchen. Niggas grimace when I water with it. Subtle flexing to the candid image. Come from pushing in the S type with no license, gas loaded, windows tinted. Still couldn't see me with the zoom on your little vision. Nah, we are not the same. We got different lenses. No one snapping like we something real vivid. Keep it realistic. The split it with my day ones. Got the label making bank runs, cause a train of thought like a freight. I'm the type to get a late start. You the type to be afraid, huh? I'm the type to never have things. You the type to have it made, huh? Yeah, wave. And I keep you to the flame, huh? How they got me going this hard? Really, I'm the type to never say much. Vice grip, got the game clutch. Every song make the stage rush. I always said making money might change things, but never let it make us. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the shore. She taking me out of this world, bitch. I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Young nigga with a dream, hold it down for my team. I'm afraid of how I'm feeling. I get high in the ceiling. How I'm feeling high in the ceiling. I've been living like on classrooms in this rap to living like I'm finished. Wait. Bitch, I'ma go all the way. Wait.
Wait. I know what you're going to say. I'm not a man and I don't have a beard, but he does. And so does he. And we are going to help you grow, enhance, and groom your beard and hair. So, even if you're not a man, yet you know one, we have something for you. Now, we all know someone or we ourselves may want to grow our beard from our facial hair. We may want to grow our hair on our scalp, but we don't know how. We've been struggling. I have 3 points for you that's going to help you grow your beard, and not just grow it, but hydrate it, allow it to come in healthy and shiny, and be able to groom it properly without all the flaking and the itchiness that sometimes comes with grooming the beard. Okay, number 1, be patient and consistent. Now, growing your beard is going to take time. It's going to take at least 4 to 6 weeks for your stubble to start coming in. And I'm touching this, y'all, but you know, I'm not trying to grow my beard. I'm trying to help you grow yours. In those 4 to 6 weeks, you may notice a little itching, a little irritation, a little discomfort. All of those things are normal. Just don't give up and commit to the process. Okay, so number 2, resist the urge to trim and shape your beard for the first 4 to 6 weeks. Just let it grow. We all have different growth rates for our hair and for our beards, even our mustache. This is controlled by genetics and also our internal health. So just let it grow. Number 3, don't hesitate to start now using products. Yes, there are products that will help cleanse, hydrate, and groom your beard. When you start now developing an early regimen, this will get you in the routine of skin and hair care, because healthy beards don't just start from the hair coming in, it starts from your skin. So we have the products for you. We have a 4-piece system where we will cleanse, moisturize with the hydrating lotion. Then you will be able to use the balm for styling, softness, and shine. And then you're going to lock in all that beautiful humectants and moisturization with our oil for your beard, hair, and body.
Just gotta take a moment to see. Oh, my beard looking so good. Man. Make sure y'all click that link.
So Lapeef and Sugar Crows have teamed up to bring an awesome line to you all. We have been working on this to make it just right for you and your loved ones. So please, if you love this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you love these 3 facts. Okay, so and what if, like, after I said all of that, you still don't know where to start? We do offer 30-minute consultations where we will walk you through from an internal and topical standpoint of how you can enhance, grow, and groom your beard as well as your hair. Please tune in to our next video. We're going to give you more value, more information, and don't forget to purchase our products online at assuredmannaturals.com. There you can get 15% off when you use code Lapeef15, and we'll see you in the next video.
Let's just have a conversation.
How y'all doing, family? What's going on, family? Welcome to Lapeef Network. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew. Real Precious, Red, Mr. Let Go, Sierra, Trev Smooth, Marcus White, Stacey Oak, and myself, I'm Lapeef J. What's going on? Let's talk. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good. It sounds like your mic
your
is.
voice? Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like you're fading.
What about now? Is that better?
That's better.
It was because of the music, I think. It's good now.
I've been trying to get it right. It's good to see you guys, man. Welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out the way. Shout out to the sponsor, T Family Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. 30% off alone, a free gift. That link is in the description. Make sure you guys feel the tea, as I always say. With that being said, we also do have a skin, beard, and hairline. Me and Sugar Curls teamed up, and we are bringing some products to you guys. Christmas is right around the corner. This will be an excellent gift for your husband, brother, uncles, sons, because you know with these kids now they got full beards. So go ahead and get your beard right and get that. That link is pinned to the top of the chat. Shout out to all my green gang that's in the chat. Shout out to Mr. BX87, member for 17 months. That's Salute and Blessing, the P family panel in chat. Dale Matthews, I see you, brother. Sugar Curls is also in the chat as well. Shout out to you, ma'am. HR is in the building as well. I don't really project anything. We don't have love and hip hop tonight. All we just got is all love tonight. Is that right, Andrea?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Ow.
All right, with that being said, hit the like button if you haven't already. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me just do a well-being check for the panel. We all good?
We're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Everybody clap it up.
I don't want to clap.
Just trying to wake everybody up, man. There was some bad conversations going on.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started to our first topic.
Sierra looking out the window.
Who? Sierra?
Oh, Sierra
Maybe it's my camera lit. Hold up.
She over there daydreaming looking out the window. Waiting on the mailman.
It looked like waiting on the mailman is crazy.
Erica Badu video over there.
What's going on? That look like
So I had to log on my iPad because my phone is updating. So that's what's going on.
I think it looked better. Now it look like you got one of them little sticks. Like you
Yeah, she got like one of them ceiling
No, I
cameras.
got it on
You
my,
gotta start twerking.
Yeah.
Not twerking.
You know women be having them little ceiling cameras. That's what they be doing now.
Yeah, I don't know what that movie is about.
You do gotta, I
haven't
think you
hopped
do
on
got an
that movie
OnlyFans,
yet.
Marcus.
I haven't hopped on that movie yet, but I've been seeing it.
You know about the
No,
cameras.
I
on the
wasn't
ceiling.
tripping. I knew
Yeah.
I
Type
wasn't
in
tripping.
ceiling camera on Instagram. You'll see all kinds of
They
stuff.
they just tape it to the ceiling. I don't think it really be up there like that.
And it be falling and everything. They still go.
Yeah, one girl off the chair.
Okay. That's unusual. I think it might be the first time I've seen that view, Sierra. So shout out to you for that view.
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and get this show started. Our first topic of the night. I actually ran across this post from Derrick Jackson, man. Derrick Jackson. Has been exciting. Yeah. I thought, well, let me go ahead and just.
Week if we looking at Derrick Jackson stuff.
He said, when a man is handsome, educated, have money, but still single, what could be the problem? What could be the problem? I thought that was a good question because we often say that about the women, right? We often say when women are educated, they look good, got everything going on, no kids, what's the problem? So this is kind of flipped around. So when a man is handsome, educated, have money, but still single, what could be the problem? I'm gonna get to the ladies.
Sierra, are you good? You over there?
Let me go ahead. I got this. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off with the ladies with this one. I'm gonna start with you, Andrea. When a man is handsome, educated, have money, but still single, what could be the problem?
So to be honest, I feel like maybe they're not comfortable with their sexuality.
What? Yo, this is what I'm saying. You're a terrorist.
How? I think that is possible. I feel like I feel this way. I feel like a lot of times we don't give men the comfortability to come out of the closet if they're closeted. And either that, no, I think it's either that or sometimes they might have, sometimes I feel like men have like they're very much against therapy and sometimes they need therapy. And maybe they have some trauma that they're not dealing with. So it's causing them to like have these rifts and creating connections with women once we realize they're crazy and we move away from them. So it has to be one or the other. That's honestly what I think.
Okay. So he's not comfortable in his sexuality. Go ahead, Sierra. You came off the mic. When a
You
man,
didn't even hear the second part.
huh?
So you ain't even hear the second part. You just heard he's not comfortable in his sexuality.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Sierra, when a man is handsome, educated, have money, but still single, what could be the problem?
Oh, um, I'm not gonna go towards sexuality because I don't know preferably if it could be that he's attracted to a man. I'm gonna say maybe that he hasn't maybe defined what he's looking for in a woman. So maybe he's had bad experience with dating. So he's figured why not wait, or why not take a break from the dating pool. So I meet men that are single and handsome and educated and have money. And one of the things that they would say is that maybe they haven't found the one per se, right? They haven't found the one yet. So they are just sporadically dating different women, for the time being, and not willing to be committed yet, just because of them having, right, all of that going on and not wanting to be taken advantage of.
Okay. Stacey O, I'm coming to you. When a man is handsome,
Yes.
educated, got all money, but still single, what's the problem?
I mean, of course, when you first hear that, you're like, oh man, maybe he's gay. And that's okay if he's gay, and that whatever floats his boat. But I mean, then again, from my experiences and from people, men that I know, I believe that the timing, there's a lot plays into it, like timing, and then also being financially stable to like really know, like, okay, this is the one. So I think timing plays a big part, but you know better than I do. But from outside looking in, I'm just thinking about those aspects.
Okay. Real precious. Handsome, educated, have all the money, but he's still single. What's the issue?
Sometimes there is no issue. Sometimes he just don't want to settle down. I mean, a man is not going to do something that he doesn't want to do or is not ready to do. Handsome, educated, money. He the number one pick for everybody, right? Everybody want a handsome, educated, and he got a bag. Every woman wants that, right? So he knows that he is the top pick amongst many. And so he stays single and he plays the field and he does what he wants to do until he's ready to settle down. I think a lot of people, think that there has to be a problem. Now, I do agree with Andrea when she talked about trauma. I actually did a video earlier about vetting the person that's interested in you. And a lot of times when you don't deal with you, it's hard to really pick somebody that you want to be with. Everybody might look good, they might present well, but when you're actually joining two lives, I'm joining you're joining your mess with my mess, and I'm joining my mess with your mess, right? So sometimes when that is not dealt with, that does become a hindrance, and you do a lot of these touch and go relationships and not a committed relationship, because you do know that you have issues. And so instead of dealing with those issues, you just may, play the field. But because you're handsome, educated, and have money, nobody's really going to think anything is wrong with that. It's a great cover up for men who haven't dealt with things. And then there are men, like I said, who just enjoy their freedom. They enjoy being able to leave and go whenever they please. They don't want to be held down. They may have relationships, but again, they're not committed relationships. That's my friend, that's my homegirl, that's just how they roll. And I don't necessarily always see a problem. The problem comes in when you make women believe that you're going to love them, or you make women believe that you're really into them, and that's not really what you want. So if you handsome, educated, and you have money and that's what you want to do, just say that's what you want to do and find the people that's going to ride with you.
All right. I'm going to comb through some of these comments, just a couple of them. You say he's super picky due to past trauma, but will move forward when ready. He might be short, King. Emotionally unavailable, not interested in commitment. Maybe there's no problem and society is just obsessed with having to be in a relationship. Ego, unhealed trauma, emotional constipation. The problem is considering being single a problem. So these are just some of the comments that people were actually submitting. Unhealed childhood wounds. Some of you guys such communication, infidelity, abusive. He wants a man. So I think y'all are hitting this spot on. Gentlemen, if you guys do want to entertain this conversation, maybe you might know, have a friend, a buddy, maybe even one of you guys been in that situation, right? Some people on the panel may be in that situation. What are your thoughts about it?
All right, I'll go. One, there is I'm gonna look at both sides and not just one side, right? Some dudes can't find a woman, can't get a woman, right? And sorry, y'all, I'm just trying to figure this out. So they don't really have a choice. And sometimes I think what they're called incels, right? Guys who involuntary, like they're involuntarily celibate, or sometimes guys are involuntarily single, and it's not just celibate, they just can't find a woman. As far as women goes, I think women have the same problem in finding a mate as men have a problem in finding a mate. See, we all can find somebody to have sex with, because there's plenty hoes and there's plenty pookies out there. But when it comes to actually finding the right man and the right woman, I think we all somewhat have the same issue when it comes to finding the right person. And part of that issue is we, as the individual, male or female, didn't get the therapy or isn't going to the gym, isn't making the money that they need to make. And because they have a certain amount of laziness, they date another lazy person and they don't like that lazy person. So they don't want to be with that lazy person. But inherently, they're actually saying to themselves, they don't want to do the work that it takes to actually get the type of woman or get the type of man that they actually want. Because that's really the biggest issue. Altogether, there's men that are after a certain woman that doesn't want him. And there's a woman that's after him that he doesn't want. And the woman is doing the same thing. She's after a dude that doesn't want her, and there's always some dude that's trying to get at her. And at some point, the man or the woman is going to be like, you know what? All right, whatever. And they're going to get with a person that they don't really want to be with. They want to be with this other person, but they didn't put in the work for themselves, whether it's therapy, physical, or money-wise, to get the person that they really want. And they end up getting in a relationship with somebody they don't really want to be with, and they end up breaking up and end up single all over again. And I think that's a cycle that keeps happening. So it's a whole bunch of like 3-4 month long situationships. So to a certain degree, they think they in relationships all the time, but altogether they're not. They just finding different ways to keep them from working on themselves.
I think you might have gained a fan tonight. I see Andrea is agreeing with you tonight, Mr. Lego. So no?
Andrea has always been my fan.
No, I don't agree. I feel like you're
trying I
think that you're trying to bring women into this discussion, and we're talking specifically about men because you don't want to take accountability. So why don't you just say that men don't like going to therapy and just leave it at that? Because most women go and get help with their childhood trauma, and we believe in talking about our emotions and communicating because we're better at communicating than men. So just take accountability for the fact that men are just not the best communicators. Don't make this a men and woman thing because
okay, the first thing I'm going to say to that, not getting off subject, but women are not better communicators. They just talk more. They babble more than men, and they talk in circles more. So they talk more. That does not mean they're better communicators. Just because a man knows how to say what he has to say with a certain amount of words and a woman has to go all over the damn world does not mean she's a better communicator. I just wanted to say that.
I'll agree with you on that.
We're more emotionally intelligent than you guys.
No, y'all are more emotionally unstable.
Ooh.
We're bad at a lot of things. Communication and emotional intelligence are just some things. But just take accountability for the fact that men are just not at that good at communicating and need to
go right?
seek therapy. And sometimes they are closeted. And that's a shame, but you've never seen a guy who was like very handsome and had all his stuff together. And he just couldn't find a girl. And here he is like 40 or 50 years old with like just no kids. And he's just like trying his best to move throughout the world because he doesn't want to say he's gay. It happens all the time.
Yes,
It is.
It depends too. You have a lot of like there's a lot of military guys that just move a lot. They go all over the place. They meet women here. I mean, you meet somebody in the military, child, they know somebody everywhere.
Right.
Any state they go to, they got a little sneaky link or just somebody that they know. You know what I mean? So, you know, it depends on a man's way of life too. Because if you're gonna be with a woman, you're gonna have to pull her into your life. Like she's gonna have to fit into your life. And some men, when they get in the bag, they're on a go. They, you know, they have these jobs. Most of them own businesses or bring in money where they have to be very involved in what they're doing. So sometimes they don't have the time. You know what I mean? They kind of push that off because they have so many things working for them rather than against them.
And that's kind of like where I'm at, to speak for myself. What if I find somebody, I find somebody. If I don't, I don't, because I'm good like I am. Like my life is great, right?
But
And
are you thriving? Like, I mean, to be this amazing man, handsome,
yes,
educated, Black. I
yeah.
mean, all of this greatness and not to partake or partner with another amazing, you know, woman. I mean, how do you go on in life? Just, I mean, I know you say you're good either way. Yeah, that's a positive mindset, a win-win situation. But I mean, to have all of that and you tell me like you can't partner with somebody.
Well, no, it's not that I can't partner with somebody. My life is a little bit different than the typical guy. I actually travel the country, and when I travel the country, I'm not surrounded, but the podcast is surrounded by thousands of women, right? And you know, they're throwing themselves on us or whatever. JR has been there, JR has seen it, like it's crazy. So to have a woman, because the thing about it is I like to consider women, right? What they see and what they got to deal with. Does she want to go? Does she want to be involved with all that stuff? Does she feel like she has to go to keep an eye on me? Because if she doesn't go, is she going to be thinking like, man, I bet he's doing this and doing that, right? So to a certain degree, what she has to deal with, wondering what I'm doing, and what I got to deal with, trying to prove to her that I'm not doing nothing. Sometimes, depending on who she is, who the hell wants to deal with that?
You need therapy. It's okay to say that you just, have you ever had therapy before?
I had therapy like what, 6 months ago?
Oh my God. You're supposed to have it every week.
Well, you don't go to a therapist every week for the rest of your life.
You're supposed to.
I did therapy every week 6 months ago for about 5 months.
So why'd you stop?
You don't sit in therapy for the rest of your life. What are you talking about? You learn tools, you get a better understanding of what you did wrong or what you are doing wrong, you know, change your thinking a little bit. You know, you learn from them, they learn from you, you know, how you operating, and they're like, all right, you're good. And you separate it. And what are you talking about? Have you been to therapy? I know
Yes.
you ain't been to no therapy.
Every week. And I feel like the way that you communicate and your verbiage when you talk about certain things, I think you need to go back to therapy.
You run around calling dudes gay because they ain't got no they ain't got no woman.
I didn't call anybody gay. I didn't call anybody gay. I just said that sometimes men can be closeted and they don't want to say
You
it.
said the first reason why these dudes you start looking, well, I just feel like they gay. I just feel like y'all gay.
I mean, but don't act like that's not 2023. I mean, it is what it is.
I get it. That's what I didn't really argue with that notion, because some of these dudes do be doing it. I get it. But the first thing that comes out your mouth, because they gay.
That's not what I said.
You need therapy.
I want y'all to hold that real quick. Go ahead, Sierra, then we get some of the other gentlemen there. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna agree with what Let Go was saying about it depends on the lifestyle of the man, because like for me, speaking for myself, right? if you dating somebody that is a creator or somebody that is into entertainment, right? Like it is a different lifestyle as opposed to dating a person that works a regular 9 to 5. So it's a different culture when you're dealing with someone that doesn't have a 9 to 5 and works 40 hours a week, where their schedule does require, like he said, traveling or things like this with podcasts and stuff like that. So I do meet a lot of single men that are creators, because women typically want to be grounded, right? And build a foundation and have a household and be stationed somewhere. And when you are dealing with someone who is a creator or in the industry, right? Like it's hard, like military even, right? It is hard to have a woman that fully, I guess, understands that it's not going to be your typical I'm home all the time, every week, all day type of man. Like I have to entertain different women because it is a part of my job, right? I have to engage in conversation and have relationships with women. So I agree with what he's saying in regards to that. I do agree with that, though. That's true.
Yeah, some women can't deal with that, and I respect that. I'm not gonna run a woman. I'm not gonna turn around. What's wrong with you? Why you don't trust me? I'm not gonna go through all that, because I understand why you don't trust me, because you're a human. It is what it is.
To give that woman that reassurance.
Exactly.
So I date someone who is constantly on the road, a musician. I'm secure. I'm very much secure around women. I've seen women even like sort of grope him. But I'm secure because I know who I am. I know what table I have. I know who I am. And so he gives me the insurance that I need, where I don't have to question what, when he's away, what he's doing. Everybody has a choice.
So what is the reinsurance looking like?
He makes me feel secure in our relationship, then I don't have to worry about that.
By doing what? You say he gives me reassurance. What is he doing actually?
Well, I would say it like this, like I can feel it. I know that, he loves me unconditionally, that, but I don't know. It's just that I'm not insecure. I don't look at women as a threat, because I know who I am. I don't have to tear down another woman to build myself up. If she bad, she bad. If she looking great, I'm not about that. And so I feel like the woman that would be best suited for you, a characteristic would be a very secure woman. She knows who she is. And if she knows the type of man that you are, then, it'll just be a wonderful partnership. Relationship. But I pray that you connect with who you're supposed to connect with. But yeah, she's definitely going to have to be secure. And you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to make sure that she has that. And I just don't have the language. Maybe the ladies can support me, but I just don't have the language to sort of say what that is that he does for me. Like now I'm going to have to talk more, figure that thing out. I just don't have the language right now, but it's something that he does constantly that I'm just like, I know this man has eyes for me, and I can feel it. I know.
I just want to tell you that he does not love you unconditionally. Get fat and see what happens. He's gonna get rid of your ass, just for the record. Just so
actually, that's not true.
Just don't get fat.
You know what? I don't. I've gained a couple of pounds here and there, but
why? That means you don't love him.
What do you mean? I keep myself fit for me. Self-care starts with me.
You see how you just changed that? You see how you just changed that though? Now you do things for you, but he loves you unconditionally. So he's doing all these things for you, right? And you're getting fit or staying fit for you. Why don't you stand fit for him also? Like for both of y'all.
About it, how people have that old saying like, oh, these two incomplete people. No, I'm a whole woman. I came to him whole. And so before I met him, I was already swimming. I was already working out. I'm already a dancer. So, I have all of this stuff I was already doing. So when I partner with him, I'm going to still show up. I'm going to show up for the relationship, but I'm also showing up for Stacy.
That's good. Just don't become a woman and a half. You'll be okay. Just stay a whole woman. You'll be good.
All right, let me go ahead and get some of the gentlemen now. Go ahead, Trev. What up, Queen?
All right. So there could be a couple situations why a man would still be single, right? For one, he just might be arrogant. He might be pompous. He might be socially awkward. he might be a very difficult person to deal with. It may not necessarily be a choice. I help a lot of people like this. I know a lot of people like this who have all the tangibles, but they don't have the intangibles, right? And the tangibles will get you the attention, but it won't get you retention. The intangibles is what will help you to maintain a relationship, right? And we talk about women a lot where, you know, they look good, but you don't get much else out of that. They're not nurturers. They don't know how to do that. But as far as men, some men just really don't know how to be around women, right? Some men don't have an understanding of how women work. And so a lot of men who possess all of those attributes sometimes can be selfish because they feel like this is just, they have all these women coming at them, but so they don't cherish it, right? They won't invest the same as somebody who might have to work harder for it. So that's one reason. Secondly, it could just be a situation where he just doesn't have the time to, right? A lot of men who are really flourishing, sometimes it's just not in their schedule to do it, right? And they may not realize any benefit in dating a woman exclusively, right? So they may not feel like that's what they need to do at that point in their life, right? They might say, look, like Stacey was saying before, sometimes people on the road, right? Or maybe they just don't want to invest that type of time into one individual at all. It's just not beneficial to them. If they can enjoy a whole bunch of women, sometimes they may not see the value in one woman. Maybe they don't want kids. And quite frankly, it's scary, right? When you invest in yourself as a man and you build yourself up to be a certain type of an individual, you going ahead and trying to take that plunge sometimes could be a great risk. So with that risk, you have to weigh it. Like, is this reward that I'm potentially going to have worth this tangible situation that I know I'm risking? I'll leave it there.
And y'all ladies don't realize that y'all are a huge risk to a guy that is doing well in his life. He's doing everything. Everything's going great. Everything is peaceful. His finances are good. He gets with a goofball. Next thing you know, he gets her pregnant. Now he has to pay all this money in child support, and she don't let him see his kid. His life is trash, all because he got with the wrong woman. So y'all love to say, well, why don't you want to do this? Why don't you want to do that? Y'all don't realize women are extreme liabilities. Now, some women are assets, but most women are liabilities. I don't care what y'all want to say.
No,
There's a good amount of y'all that are assets. But the majority of women are liabilities.
Come on now. When you get the right woman,
said that.
I know, but you said that more women are liabilities, and that's not true.
I said most. Okay, think about this, Stacey. Calm down. Y'all getting triggered. Okay. Most women are liabilities. All right. And so I'll just say there's an 80-20. There's 20% of our women that are actually real assets to a man. The rest of them, they liabilities. And then the thing about it is, some of y'all don't even know that y'all are liabilities because y'all just don't want to be a liability. Y'all don't want to imagine being a liability. Some of y'all are assets, but the problem is every woman is going to think she's an asset and not a liability, and that's the actual problem. So we have to delineate and look past all the dumb shit that y'all gonna try to tell us.
Delusional.
And turn around and see for ourselves whether you're a liability or an asset. So you can't necessarily say you're an asset. A man has to see that in you because women are helpmates. So it depends on what he needs out of you. You could be a good woman and still be a liability.
Okay, so you're a narcissist. Just say that you're a narcissist. And that's women are handsome and have money and can't find somebody because they're narcissists.
Here we go. Now I'm a narcissist.
Narcissistic. You're trying to look for your next supply, so you're draining women of their time, their energy, and anything that they have positive. You take it and then you go to the next supply because you're a narcissist. That's why you're single.
This is coming from a woman that says she's juggling 4 men for marriage right now.
Excuse me, sweetie. I need for you to chill out. I know that you really want my attention, but I can't give you that. So I know you want to be one of the men that I'm juggling, but I'm not interested. Thank you.
Andrea, are you a liability or asset?
I'm an asset. Duh.
See, no matter who they are, they're going to say, I'm an asset. That's what I'm saying. So
You know what?
y'all can run around feeling like that, but it's up to the man. It's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Being an asset is in the eye of the beholder, not y'all.
True. You mean to tell me I gotta wait on a man to validate if I'm an asset? No, honey.
To him. You could be an
Yeah,
asset to
for
yourself.
sure.
You could be an asset to your mama. You could be an asset to your kid. But for you to be an asset to him is up to him. So the answer is yes.
No, I don't agree with that.
I wouldn't say it's 20/80 because that's like really, really pushing it.
Exactly.
But I would say that depending on what the man is actually looking for, because most men are dating, looking for a nurturer, but also please understand that most men are looking for their mother who has coddled them, right? And has
And that's
built and
actually not an
able.
asset, right?
Yeah, so it depends because you can date a guy, right, who's looking for that type of care from a woman. I want you to cook, clean, right? And when it comes to her having standards and boundaries and requiring things of him, he doesn't like a woman telling him what to do because he was bossed around by his mother and his mother always. So I think it depends, right, on what the guy is actually looking for. And I think it goes both ways. 80-20 is crazy.
Yes.
But I could see what he means by that, and I see what Andrea is saying as well. Like, it depends because men can be narcissistic in that space, right? But women can also be manipulative as well because maybe we just need to understand what we're actually dating a person for, right? As opposed to what can I take from you? What can I give to you, right? How can I add value to your life as opposed to what can I take away from you? So 80-20 is crazy as hell.
I would
But
say 30% of men are assets, and the 70% of them are liabilities. A lot of these people,
Don't you
just
nod
like
your
you
head,
said,
Stacy. Don't you nod your head to that.
they
Do
looking
not
for a
nod your
mom.
head to that.
Just like you said, Sierra,
This is
even dudes
unfucking
with
believable.
money, they are looking for a toxic chick to like Audrea said, to feed off of. Everything she said, it's a true statement. Dudes literally be parasites to women. So
And
yeah,
it could go the other way too. He may not be necessarily looking for. Some men don't have their moms. Like some men don't have their mothers. So they're looking, your mom is supposed to be the first woman you love. So if you're not loving her, you're going out to look for someone to love. You're going out looking for someone to actually give you that nurture and care because you didn't receive it where you were supposed to receive it. So a lot of men struggle with that too because it's like, all right, I just want love from somewhere. So now you become this lover boy or this player boy, that's just trying to get all this love and affection from women, and you're not really getting filled up because you didn't get it from the root. Like I think Stacey said it in the very beginning of the show. Like, let's get to the root.
Yeah.
A man who has a mom doing things for him, yes, you're gonna say, okay, I want those qualities in my wife. You're gonna be thinking wife. You're gonna be thinking like, okay, my mom did this. This is what I expect my lady to do, right? But if you don't really have that mother nurturing and that love and that compassion, then you're going to be looking for a woman for that, and a woman is going to feel special until you realize that she can't fill you up, and then you go to the next person. So that's why I said that could be the issue with a man who's handsome, he's single, he got money. There could be deeper issues there where it can mess women up because it's like she thinks she hit the jackpot, whereas that's just his next stop.
Yeah, and that makes him a liability and
Right.
a leech, like Audrey said.
All right, hold tight, you guys. Let me get the people that haven't spoken yet. Let me get to Marcus, Trev, and then Sweeney, and then we can go ahead and finish up. Go ahead, Marcus.
So I think that when a man is handsome, educated, has money, but still single, if he wants to be in a relationship, then there's a problem. But if he doesn't, then that's just a man enjoying his life for that period of time. But if he really does want to be in a relationship, from the people that I spoke to, it's a couple different reasons, right? They could be healing and getting over an ex. Who knows how long that take them? They could be trying to work on themselves the same way women say, I'm working on myself to be the best version of me. I've had some friends talk about that. I haven't ran into anybody at least that's admitted the closet thing that y'all talking about. I would love to see the numbers on this because I feel like it's like 0.1%, 0.001%, but that might just be my bias. I can own that. Or I have met some people where I'm like, I could see somebody running away from you because it's like some of the character traits you have is just they not conducive to be around long term. So it's a myriad of reasons why it could be, but I think this owner wants to not be single anymore. If he wanted to be single, he's just living his life.
All right. I like that, Marcus. Go ahead, Trev, then we go to Sweeney.
So, I wanted to ask the ladies a question because everybody kind of feels like they're more so an asset, right? And I don't know if it's as dreadful as Mr. Lecco articulated, which it might be close, but I mean, men pretty much will determine that, right? If we asked every single man here, we'd be the ones to determine it. Women can't determine that at all, right? Because you might feel like it, but you don't know. But I want to know what it is. What is it that actually makes you an asset? What is it that you offer to a man who has everything like that in the first place? What would the day be like when he comes home? How would you add to his life? What is it that makes you such an asset? Can anybody articulate that?
You can't say good.
Can't say nurture. Can't say good.
Specifically, what would you do specifically?
I
do this, Trev?
a very entitled question to ask, and I don't think it deserves.
Oh my God.
Why would you do this, Trev?
What? I'm just being honest. I feel like this is the same type of a question when guys are like, "What are you bringing to the table?" I feel
What
like
is this?
Look,
What
y'all
the
should
hell?
know how to say that.
You're the one that just you said that you said they're assets. So I'm just asking you, what does that mean? Explain, please.
I'm telling you what it means. When a guy gets with a girl and they get to know one another and they feel like they have compatibility and they have chemistry and they feel like they can have a bond and a partnership, then they go on from there. But I feel like this is like one of those type of like gaslighting questions where it's like, what are you bringing to the table? And I think you're just gaslighting. I feel like a woman's presence
a lot of times
is
wrong.
I don't feel like you have to validate her existence and make all of these like reasons why she's worth you being with. I think that if you're smart, and you need to realize that women are here to help you and to steer you in the right direction. And if you would just listen more often, maybe you would be better off. That's what I think.
So just be with any.
Thank you, Andrea. Wait, hold on, Lego, just for a second. Thank you, Andrea, because as hard as you tried not to answer the question, you did exactly what we needed to do. Thank you. If any other lady wants to go ahead with it, but yeah, you definitely answered the question.
Behind.
I think a good question would be to ask, what do you consider as a man to be an asset to you?
That's the better question. And the thing is I'm going to say this. And the thing is, with that question, that goes against everything that Stacey O just said. No, every woman is not an asset. I'm not going to agree with Mr. Lego and say it's an 80-20 thing, but I'm not going to sit here and look at it and be like, here's my problem, man. Notice how when Mr. Lego said that it's an 80-20 and every woman on the panel was like, my goodness, that is ridiculous. 80-20? And then he said 70-30 for men and all of them started nodding their head.
Right.
So yeah, I can believe that. And here's my problem with this. On a balance of probability, if 80%, and this is just going off of y'all logic, if 80% of if you believe that 80% of women are assets, you have to believe that 80% of men are assets. You can't look at life through the lens of, well, I believe, because basically what it comes off as is that you're just defending your sex. And you're not looking at it holistically and saying, okay, then, like, because that proved a lot right there. Women tend to largely be okay with assuming that most men ain't good enough, while also simultaneously saying that most women are good enough. And that's a problem.
Well, I never said most women are assets. I never said
I'm not
that.
talking about you, Precious. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't nod your head to that shit
I
or nothing.
never
I'm
said
talking
that.
about the two
I don't
ladies
think.
sitting right next to me was like 80-20. And then he
Okay.
said 70-30. Y'all both was like, yeah, I can see
Go
that.
go ahead, Stacey.
Let me sort of speak to that. So when he did bring those numbers up, the only reason I sort of like was like, okay, I can see that, you know, because there are a lot of generalizations out there. We see a lot of things in social media, so that's why I could partner with that, with what we hear and see. But you know, being an educator and actually being around young people and for years, you know, it really just goes back to environment. You know, you see a lot of, you know, parents putting a lot into girls to strive to make sure that they have and do, you know, a lot of different things as far as like with education and you know, that thing. But then sometimes with their boys, they're not so hard, you know, they're not so like hard on them with their education and stuff like that. And so they're like, oh yeah, he's just a boy, or he'll get a pat on the back because he's got a little girlfriend and he's talking to this girl and that girl.
You know
So I
you know
sort
what's
of
tripped out about that, Stacey?
what?
Here's the tripped out part. This is why you should be able to see both sexes in a way that's more positive. Hold on, wait, because you just gave a negative stereotype to young boys and gave a positive stereotype to young girls. Have you ever noticed that despite the fact that young boys don't get as much invested in them, that they still somehow, some way turn out to be okay?
You know,
If you look at young boys when they grow into men, they don't have as many people pushing them through college. They don't have as many people pushing them to pushing them through programs. There's no programs for them largely most of the time, and yet somehow they still tend to come out and on average do just okay. Just like on average, young girls do just okay. They're not thriving. They're doing okay. They're doing relatively okay, most people. Because we like to point to the talented 10th and try to apply that to everybody. I'm not talking about the talented 10th. I'm talking about just regular general people. They all come out and tend to do relatively okay. You don't think that when you look at young boys who don't get none of the advantages that young girls tend to get in school, and somehow, some way, they still come out on the other side okay. That should tell you right there that, hey, maybe the young boys are doing all right.
I just said what social media is sort of out there with, or some of the generalizations that we've been exposed to. So from my perspective, it's all about environment. You know,
you don't think that there's been a negative
generalizations, but I could see when he did say that, and I sort of frowned up because I'm trying to do the math. But I mean, I always try to stay neutral.
Why are you trying to do the
hold on,
math?
Mr. Lego. Hold on, Mr. Lego. Hold on, Mr. Lego. You don't think that there's been a push of negative stereotypes about young black boys and young black men for a while? And let's keep it real. Women are the dominating factor on social media. Most of the time, most women only hear from other women when it comes to men. Very rarely do they interact with majority of men or talk to men. So when y'all talk to one another, y'all hear all the horror stories. And just now, and as you've been noticing, only recently have men been very vocal about the women in their lives. You're even starting to see a lot of men come out and talk about the way that their mamas used to behave and how they don't like that type of behavior. So only recently are you starting to see men be more vocal online, but that didn't used to be the case when we talking about, because social media is predominantly ran by women. Most of if you look at the Shade Room, you look at Baller Alert, you look at Spiritual Word, all of those websites are ran by women. So when you see,
most households are being ran by single women as well. So keeping that in mind as well, playing a big factor.
Now, with that being said, do you understand why I'm saying that most women are not assets? Because partly why they are raised by women. See, there's a demographic of a small demographic of black women who actually had fathers, and they were taught to be assets. But that's only 20% of the demographic of black women in America. Only 20%, probably 30% of y'all at the most had a father.
So can you identify out of these women that are on here? Can you identify who had a dad and who didn't, or can
so
you?
it's this is what I'm getting from what
Sierra had a dad.
Are saying.
Precious had a dad. You had a dad, and Andrea didn't have a dad.
God damn, the silences.
What I'm saying saying is, right, that I did the 20/80 thing.
Was he right? Hold on. Was he right
He
though?
can't be right.
I caught the end of it.
I tell you, he can't be right.
Stacy, I don't know Stacy from a can of paint. She had a dad. I know Sierra definitely had a dad, and I don't even know her, but I can tell by their mannerisms that they had a dad, and you already know Precious had a dad. I see the thing. That's the thing, y'all. I can see you. I can see you. I look.
I'm gonna blow your mind because I did not have a dad.
Oh, okay.
So,
you didn't have a dad.
I did not have a dad, but I'm just that one that learned from my experiences. So I'm the golden child in my family. Like, so I was the one to observe everybody's behavior and get into the dynamics of why we are the way we are. I'm that person. Like, so I just see everybody.
What male did you have?
I really didn't have no father figure in my life at all. Like,
really?
Not at all. Nope, not at all.
She the curse breaker.
My uncles.
Mr. Lego was just guessing. Don't fall for that. He was just guessing.
I wasn't guessing. I was looking at their demeanor and how they operate.
Yeah, but that comes with me being open to learning about men because I know that what I was taught was incorrect. Right. So I've had to learn myself, which is
Hold on,
why
Sierra, stop right there, Sierra. That's my point, Stacy. You heard what she just said when she said that she was taught a lot about men, about the wrong things about men, and she had to learn a lot. That's what you're starting to see today. You're starting to actually look around and be like, damn, these men ain't as bad as we've been taught that they were. And that's why when Mr. Letgo said 80-20 and it came to women, y'all were like, hell no, absolutely not. But when he said 70-30 for men, y'all sat there and was like, yeah, I can see that. But only recently have you started to notice that these men aren't as bad as women are trying to play them out to be.
Well, when Sierra said that, I'm thinking about she said that some of the things that she was like maybe taught or saw portrayed or but I believe when women are told some of these things, it's more of a defense mechanism so that we know what to look for in a man who really is going to be someone that is going to pursue us and partner with us instead of robbing us of the anointing that we have. That's part of the thing that we bring to the table. As a woman, you know that when I do partner with this man can give me anything and I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna make sure.
I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Hold on, Mr. Lake. I'm gonna ask you a serious question though, Stacey. Now you've been how long you been? I don't know if you've been dabbling on social media lately, right? Or are you regular on social media?
Here and there. I really don't watch TV and stuff like that, but social media.
Keep it a bean. When you look at what is going on social media today, the back and forth, the things that you've been seeing said, could you honestly say that majority, and I know people gonna hate me for this, but I'm just gonna go out and say it. Do you really think that majority of people that you see on social media right now are an asset to someone else as far as relationships? Just looking at what you've been seeing lately, shade room.
I don't think that's a fair question. I really don't think that's a fair question. Because if you think about it, Sweeney, the most sensationalized stuff is what we see. You're not going to see that.
Hold on, wait. But the thing is, that's the only
I told you all fighting. Y'all dare to call me everything but a liar.
Hold on, wait. The reason why I use social media though is because they brought it up first. She talked about what she saw on social media. So that's why I'm asking. Yeah. When you look on social media in general and you see what's going on in the current space right now, you see the way I know you've done seen Pink Book Lessons videos. I know you done seen Celebrity. I know you done been on this channel. I know you done seen Shade Room. I know you done seen all of this. Can you honestly say that you can look at that and say majority of these people are an asset to another person relationship wise?
Like I said, it depends on environment. If I'm a white woman who is looking at certain pages that she's liked, certain content will show up, and you.
Let's just talk about black folks and what you see on social media.
Hold on. Me as an African American woman, yes, I like the shade room, so I'm seeing some of the breakups and mess. But then I'm also Nigerian, so I'm seeing our traditional ways, how families are mended, bonded. So I see a little bit of both, and I mean, I just don't want to make that generalization. I mean, I can see both sides when he did present the numbers. But like I said, it's based on what people's perspectives are.
Winnie, how in line with the algorithm? Like, so if you consume red pill content, you're gonna have a specific type of algorithm coming to you, and it's gonna highlight some of the worst aspects of female nature that you can get. They're gonna be 1,000 gold digger videos. There be skits. It's gonna be women throwing burgers at cars and breaking, like you know, like how algorithm, like if you click on one woman with a big booty, your whole explore page gonna be thick women stripping. They feed you the thing that you pay some
The only
attention
problem
to.
with what you just said, Marcus, is you don't need the algorithm to know what everybody is predominantly following. Because you can go to all those relationship posts, all the positivity, and you can see that the numbers are nowhere compared to the Shade Room, Spiritual Word, the Manosphere. You know what I mean? Fresh and Fit
No,
was
you're
the
100%
leading.
right.
They were the leading in donations for the last 2 years. So when you look at that, while it's true that you can go into positive spaces, keep it. If you let's just look at JR show right now, right? This is the most popular show on the network, but this is the show that most people complain about when it comes to the panel. He got 5 other shows that are relatively positive, that are relatively even keel. We have great conversations over there, but this is the most popular show. So you have to look at that and say, like, when Shade Room got 25 million subscribers, but then you go and you look at somebody that's trying to build up and they talking about marriage in a positive light, and they only got 10,000 followers, that should tell you something about everybody.
Most people are addicted to trauma, especially in our culture. That's the only thing that keeps us stimulated, is seeing somebody else go through something that's relative to what they've seen and what they have adopted as they have grown up. So that's why it's being pushed. And when you are not in that percentage, like, I don't see that on my page because I don't follow that stuff. And I unfollow that stuff because it's not my frequency. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not to say that it's right or wrong. It's just to say that I don't want to see it. Like, I got my own shit going on. Why do I need to indulge in other people's drama and their misery when I could be focused on other stuff? So I don't indulge in that because
that would make
I'm
you a
careful
minority.
and mindful, what I feed myself, whether it's through television, music, or whatever. But
Is this like the show we did? Was it Sunday? When you're healed, you see differently. Was that what this network? That's what that is. When you're healed, you see differently. So all those views that you see on, them 25 million people, some of them ain't healed.
But that's
Okay.
what I'm saying though. But the healed people are only 10,000. So that's why I asked that question. Would you look at all of that and see what majority of people are following? What majority of these people are saying? There's 538 million subscribers on Twitter. There's over 1.8 billion of them on Instagram. There's another 1.7 billion on YouTube. And when you look at these relationship conversations and you're seeing what majority of the people are getting versus what's also being followed, I get it. Sierra just said she's healed. But that's why I asked, when you look at those people, not yourself, take yourself out of it, take your personal circle out of it. When you look out into the world and you see what all these people are doing, would you honestly sit there and say that majority of people are an asset to someone in a relationship? Or would you say you're looking at a bunch of broken people who probably aren't really assets to nobody until they figure their shit out?
Okay, I gotta
go ahead, Andrea, and then we got to transition, y'all.
Okay, I feel like, this is to Sweeney and whoever else, like, y'all are not being realistic here. Like, this world is not a utopia where everybody just is old and just has all their stuff together. Everyone has their own imperfections. Everyone has their stuff that they have to work on, but it's starting to taking accountability and realizing that you have a problem. I feel like with most men, which was the topic of this conversation, sometimes it's difficult for you guys to say, hey, I might need to look in the mirror and get therapy. And I feel like
literally nobody said that. Nobody.
And I said
you brought something up that's irrelevant. Like,
sir, for you to relax because you're not controlling yourself right now. That's a part of your journey.
Come on, man. Come on, Andrea. You better than that.
Just saying,
better than that.
I'm saying to this conversation, we're trying to like create this world where everyone is like in some like unrealistic world. Everybody has their stuff to deal with, but for the most part, I feel like women are more likely to go on a healing journey and finding out who they are and getting the help that they need.
That's not true.
Excuse me, sir. It actually
That's not true. That's not. That's not true. Just because we don't do it the same way you do doesn't mean we're not doing it.
Right.
Sir,
that's not true. You gotta stop. You gotta stop lying on men. That's not true.
For you to have some decorum, okay? Please.
I do have decorum. I'm just saying that's not true. You gotta stop doing that.
First, it's confirming.
You basically just came out. Your very first answer to the question was that men are
sir.
closeted. That was your answer. You called men closeted.
Sir,
come on now.
Whoa.
Come on now, Andrea. You better than that. You're better than that.
Whoa. All I'm saying
we gotta be better than this.
Sir, thing is, if more men will get enrolled in therapy and realize it's going to help them in the better scheme of things, then
how do you know we're not getting therapy? How do you know we're not getting therapy?
We can't pick sides. What I'm going to say is when a person comes to their self, that can be a man or a woman, that is when they take the opportunity to seek help. Can I say from one aspect, some single women or women who have experienced different traumas, they've gone to see a therapist. Yes, there are more men going to see therapists as well. They may not know how to navigate it. I've assisted some men in doing that. So my thing is, it's when a person comes to themselves. And the real question is, when somebody does come to themselves, how do we perceive them? Do we give them another opportunity to be able to show up better? So we don't want to hold it over their head. And I just really wanted to make sure that I got that out, is that when a person comes to themselves, to know that they need to heal, to know that they need to show up better.
You know what I have a problem with is that it's this assumption that men have to do it the way that y'all do it in order for us to be successful at it. We just had King Talk on Tuesday, and and they asked, and I don't know if JR asked it or Trev asked it, but they asked, do you think this is therapy for us? And all the men on King Talk was like, yeah, man, this is my therapy on it. You know what I mean? We get therapy from different ways. We don't have to always to assume that it doesn't look the same. Have to move the same way that y'all move is ridiculous. And to assume that men are unhealed, when I'm sorry, Fresh and Fit only had 1.5 million subscribers, but the Shade Room got 25 million followers, and majority of them are women. And if you go to any Shade Room comment section, majority of them are hurt. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like women are somehow more healed than men. That's ridiculous. We're all hurting, but you're going to sit here and get on this app and lie about men like that? Come on, man. You better than that. That's why I kept saying that's not true.
It's been the generalization. It's been the norm. So, I mean, just like she's had that experience. And only you can speak for.
Wait, what's been the norm, though? What's been the norm?
Thing is this: how about going to someone who's licensed and educated in therapy and not sitting amongst yourselves saying, hey, this is therapeutic? Women
do that all the time, though. Women do that all the time.
Women do it all the damn time.
And they call it therapy.
Go to therapy, y'all. Call up your local resources in your area and go to therapy, please.
Okay, when the men say that they partner with each other or they talk with each other on various platforms, or whenever they have an opportunity to have a conversation, that is also therapeutic. Only because I think even in the Bible it talks about how you have to have some type of godly counsel. The only problem I would have with men sitting around talking with each other if that man doesn't grow. So am I sitting by another man who, if I'm a man sitting with another man who is telling me, oh, women ain't this and this and that, or not trying to help to develop themselves or to show up better as a man to help it, who are you getting counsel from? That's the big question. What are you, watching every day to to show up as a better person? This is for men and women. What are you feeding yourself?
It's like you said, Stacey, though, when you come to yourself, right, you'll be able to see the people and you could kind of get an inkling of where they're getting counsel from, if they're even getting it at all. You could tell that when you get counsel yourself and you go through the process yourself and you continuously go through that process and you continuously seek for them answers, because a lot of people don't seek for answers. They wait for the answers to come to them or whatever the case may be. But when you continuously do that, you could tell the people who don't. You could tell the people who don't want to change. You could tell the people who's not really going to people who's going to help them grow. Like you said, Stacey, you want to be with somebody that's continuously growing. You want to always be in the seat of a student. And there's so many people that's like, nah, I'll be the teacher. I'm good.
And only 25% of African Americans go to therapy compared to 40% of whites.
Help you out or in different areas, or Trev, those areas in which that you lack. you want to make sure that you're, you know, around men who have experienced different things. Like, man, you know, I'm out here, you know, in the world, and, you know, I'm around a lot of women, but I'm secure in my marriage. I have a secure woman. And, you know, you may want to be like, oh, well, what characteristics or what strategy, just like negatively sometimes in the past, that like Sierra was talking about, you know, we sort of learn those defense mechanisms against men instead of learning how to show up to be a whole woman, so that when we do partner with, you know, a man in a healthy relationship, I mean, we can make the world tremble. So, I mean, that's just what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, so I believe that there are some people who should see a licensed person, right? If it's severe, and that's what's going to work for you, right? So that is good in some instances, but that doesn't mean that my therapy is going to look like yours. I've never been to an actual therapist a day in my life, and I'm fine. My therapy might be to jump in my car and do 100 miles an hour. My therapy might be to go smoke a J, or maybe to socialize with my friends. Your therapy might be a glass of wine. It could be anything, right? That's therapeutic to me.
No,
it can be.
That's a
yes,
coping
it can be.
mechanism. Wine is a coping mechanism. That's not therapy, sir. That's a coping mechanism.
It
Driving
can be therapeutic.
100 miles per hour because you're mad is a coping mechanism.
No, that doesn't mean you're mad.
Dopamine.
That's just what you might
I'm
do something.
You know, that brings on dopamine. That brings on adrenaline. Same thing as drinking. That's coping, not therapy. That's crazy, bro. That's nuts.
Just for the record, really quick, only 21% of women have sought out therapy over the last year or so. And also reference, that's 21% of all women, not just African American. That's 21% of all women. And we know that
80-20.
And we know that 25% of all African Americans actually seek out therapy, and versus 40% of women. Versus 40% of white people. So when we sit over having this conversation as if black women are just seeking out therapy in masses and black men are not, that's a lie. We are not. We're pretty much relatively the same. We're relatively the same.
This is wild. This is crazy.
It's not wild. Look it up. This is a Google search away. All you do is look it up, but you got on here and lied to everybody.
Let me stop. You went to Google to search how many black women are in therapy instead of enrolling and seeing what resources are available to you to get in therapy. So you did
matter? Does it matter?
Hold on,
does it matter? It doesn't matter because the thing is, the whole point, the reason why was because you made a point, you made a statement. It doesn't matter what I went out and did, because you made a statement and I came to prove you wrong. Don't move the goalposts. Don't try to make this a personal attack. Don't move the goalposts. Do not move the goalposts. You made a statement about black men not seeking therapy, but black women are, and I looked up the data. Why didn't you just say black people need therapy instead of trying to make it as if black women are seeking out therapy? No, they do not. I just told you that's not true. I just told you that's not true.
This guy
only 21%. What are you talking about? 21%.
Hold on, wait a second. This guy just said to me, he said, I've never been to therapy and I'm fine.
Who gives a shit like he said?
That's the problem.
One
Andrea, I said something about
you know what?
You talking about one person.
And first off, I didn't say that these are things that I do. I don't smoke. I don't even drink anymore. So this is just things that people do, right? I said everyone's looks different. I don't do that stuff. So
that's not
therapy. We can't even.
Gotta let you know that's not therapy. Please don't put that out.
But what I'm saying is that not everyone's therapy is going to look the same, right? Regardless if you don't agree with those particular methods, right?
Not therapy. Please don't put that out in the audience, sir.
Okay, and you keep but you're going on that. My point is,
but you let Andrea put out on the internet that black women going to therapy in mass and black men aren't, and you ain't saying shit to that.
Hold on,
yeah.
Come on, bro.
Sweeney.
Because the point that I was making was that everybody's therapy looks different.
To Andrea, but Trev,
why did you stop her?
Listen to.
Why didn't you stop her?
Because Andrea is trolling. Everybody knows Andrea just saying her crazy shit. But Trev is serious. So if you're serious, I'm be like, yo, hold on, bro. Like, no. Because somebody will hear Trev and believe him and go out and do some dumb shit and he gave out some crazy information.
Go do something.
I'm gonna read the definition. Hold on. I'm gonna read the definition of therapy. The actual definition of therapy is treatment Is treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder? The treatment of mental conditions by verbal communication and interaction.
Right,
glad
not driving the damn car 100 miles per hour. That shit is crazy.
I'm glad you specified that, because I really wanted to make sure that that was what everybody got. Knowing that it can, be able to clear up those past misconceptions, some of the things that have happened in your past trauma experiences, sexual abuse. So those therapists give you strategies to be able to, allow you to be able to heal from them. And then when you do become healed and whole, that's when you can pursue a coach to coach you into your next. So there's a difference between, being a therapist
and a coach.
Okay, y'all, we got to hold on, y'all. We got to transition to the next topic. But before we do, I need you guys to understand that you got to vet your therapist as well. Just because they license doesn't mean
for sure
qualified to be able to give you advice. I mean, just think about all the doctors that go to school, right? They don't necessarily mean they was all paying attention to the same things they're supposed to be learning. Every time I go to a doctor, they all had their own way of thinking, and it's up to you to kind of decipher what's going to be good for you, and if it makes sense for whatever it is for you. Sometimes you got to get 2 or 3 opinions because they may be off. So just because they license it, it doesn't mean that they are qualified. So it's going to take.
Most women therapists are hoes.
I don't know nothing about that, Miss
God
Lego.
damn, Mr. Let Go. Come on, bro.
So now
bro, you gotta stop, bro.
What we doing?
Get a male therapist because
but it's gonna take a little bit of sense from you, and not everybody's able to do it.
That's that foolishness, man.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
This is why Andrea start going off. You give her license with your bullshit, and then she come in with her bullshit. This is like y'all gotta
I was
stop.
joking. Trail was dead serious. Me and Audrey, I was, y'all already know I say funny shit. But yeah, therapists do be hoes though. Not all of them, but
Let's go ahead and
fine ass female therapists, and they
get
get up.
That's Reyes Anderson 199. Mr. Let Go. My booty eating. Big at $11 says this answer to that question is simple. Just look at Andrea and the answer is right there in real time. Big at $10 says I'm retired from the military, and what I was doing, I was gone over 300 days out of the year, and dependent upon what I was doing, it was mostly no outside contact. Can you deal with that? Be honest. And lastly, Speaker Vaz 499 says Sweeney is right. There's more people on BS than it is living right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think everybody
before you go, I didn't
hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor T channel. And make sure y'all go ahead and cop that Assure Man. Go ahead, Sweeney. What were you saying?
I was gonna say I didn't get to answer the question, but my bad for interrupting your intermission, man.
No, man, you're excited, man. It's okay. I'm gonna go to you first on the next one. Is that cool? I know
no. Just let it float the way it does. I'm good.
Okay. All right. We'll just go to Stace. I know Stace stay ready, so we'll just go to Stace. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get to our next topic, which is this is yours, Sierra. Men helping out around the house. Let me go ahead and play this clip.
Men to help you around the house. You want men to just automatically know what you want done around the house, and they are not wired to know that. You might think it's basic and common sense, but it's really not, because men's brains are not wired.
What about simple thing like take out the trash, and then the man still doesn't want to do that? Like his only job is to take out the trash. His only job is to take out the trash.
It's a few things going on with that, right? Yeah. A lot of men have an issue with women telling them what to do. They don't like the idea of having a woman in power over them. So when a woman tell him to do something, his rebellious ways kick in. Number 2, a lot of them are lazy. They don't want to do anything. Want men to help you around the house. You want men to just automatically know what you want done around the house, and they are not wired to know that. You might think it's basic and common sense, but it's really not, because men's brains are not wired.
What about simple thing like take out the trash, and then the man still doesn't want to do that. Like his only job is to take out the trash. His only job is to take out the trash.
It's a few things going on with that, right? A lot of men have an issue with women telling them what to do. They don't like the idea of having a woman in power over them. So when a woman tell him to do something, his rebellious ways kick in. Number two, a lot of them are lazy. They don't want to do anything.
You know what? I was gonna say I didn't want to go first, but Stacey, do you still want to go first?
You go ahead.
Trev, do you got a honey-do list?
No.
You don't have a honey-do list?
No, I already know what to do. I already know what to do. We have a system. So I'll put it this way, right? We have, and not to say like never I would be asked, hey, could you do this? Because there'll be something come up, right? Could you do this? And all right, cool. We got that. But we have a system. I don't really need anybody to tell me what to do.
Not
I'm
necessarily
automatic.
in that sense, but we know how women operate. Like all of us, like all men done joked about the honey-do list. This is what happens when you have somebody that talks about relationships that ain't got one. Because men don't have no problem with a woman asking them to do anything. That's not a thing.
No, not at all.
That's not a thing.
Not at all.
Not in a relationship. Your woman come and ask you, hey, man, can you take, like, that's not a thing. First and foremost, most of us got kids and we defer to the son anyway. Hey, boy, go take out the trash. That's first and foremost. Most of us defer to our kids anyway.
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
So the thing is like, this is what happens when you start recognizing that people project rather than because like when you talk to married men, we talk about shit that our wives ask us to do all the time. Like, yeah, man, I got to get to that. I know there was, you know what I mean? What is wrong with people, bro?
Why was she sitting like that? Like, I just didn't even.
Hold on, Stacey. Hold on. Let's ask the man.
Well,
Stacey, your man got a problem.
She talks like a pimp named Slickback, so that's why she talks like that.
All right.
Well, she's read all the pimp books. That's her problem. She's read all the pimp books.
Here's the thing, though.
What she's saying from.
Here's the thing.
She talks like she is a character on the Boondocks.
Her wig was crooked. Her message was crooked. It was all crooked.
Hold on, wait. I do want to do this though, because it was about, they asked, well, what about, just because a man doesn't do something doesn't mean that he's feeling rebellious or he doesn't want to listen. Sometimes it could be that he don't feel like doing it at that moment, but he'll get to it. That's why I brought up the honey-do list. That don't mean that he doesn't want to do it. Just, all right, I'll get to that later. All right, I'm gonna put, you know what I mean? Just like most humans do. We put off a lot of shit. Most people are procrastinators. So when you sit there, oftentimes though, the problem is that we recognize the procrastination in somebody else when we want them to do something. So then you have a problem with them procrastinating, but then you forget all the shit that you done procrastinated in your life when somebody came and asked you to do something. It's reality is projection. Exactly. The problem is, like, this is why I have a problem with the way that she tried to put that, is that, oh, they just feel rebellious. That's not how men operate, not with our women. She asked us to do something. That's why when men joke, we laugh about the whole honey-do list, because it's just basically a bunch of shit we got to get to. That don't mean that we don't want to do it. That don't mean, oh, man, I'm not doing that because she asked me to. It's just like, oh, shit, that's another thing on the plate. All right, I'll get to it. And we just start marking up shit as we go. But if you talk to the married women on the panel, there are no married women on the panel. There are no married women on the panel. Are y'all all in relationships? Everybody in relationships? There are no married women on the panel. There's only married men on the panel. I just want to say that. Shit.
There's only married men on the panel. Just want to say that. There are no married women on the panel.
When y'all was in a relationship, did you have a problem? Did you feel like that the man wasn't doing what you wanted, wasn't doing what you asked him to do because he had a rebellious spirit? Or was it just he didn't feel like doing it? He'd get to it later. He procrastinated. All typical normal shit.
I think all that. A little bit of all that, in my opinion. I mean, most of the time, I feel like, taking out the trash, some stuff men just naturally know how to do. But then, I mean, people just overall, I mean, when I think about myself, again, as an educator, we're teaching common sense. I've been teaching common sense for about 14 years now. And so we can't make the generalizations, and say like, oh, somebody's just going to know what to do. So we got to give people grace. And when you do ask somebody, it seemed a little aggressive when she sort of said it, like when she tells, what to do. And I feel like in a relationship, you let your partner know, because I always strive to try to talk to my partner in love. I need this from him, because I'll be super strong by myself. Like, I could pick up a lot of different stuff, but when he comes around, I'm just like a damsel in distress. Sorry, not sorry. But it just is what it is. And I appreciate and I value. And sometimes when I get frustrated, I go to myself and I say, well, what expectations have I put on him, or have I not made clear or to him? And so then we have conversations about clearing up misconceptions, because sometimes you can put an expectation on somebody, or I expected him to do that. Like, he stepped over those dirty socks. Why wouldn't he pick that up? Well, I can't expect him to do that. Well, honey, can we establish some household norms so we can, be fluid? We've got kids around, so we want to make sure we're modeling better, not just acting out, but trying to be proactive.
And I would say also, to add to that, is that most people determine what they're going to do around the house. All right, you do the kitchen, I do this, I do that. I cook on this day, you cook on that day. Like, you pretty much start relegating and delegating things between the two of y'all from Jump Street. So that like kind of like what Trev was saying, is that most of the time you already know what you're supposed to do. It's only when it comes to things that that person don't necessarily do. So for instance, I don't do laundry. So if my wife came and asked me, hey, can you throw a load of laundry in there? That's what I'm assuming that she's talking about, because you can't sit here and look at people's relationships and assume that, hey, look, one person is asking the other person to do everything, and he's just sitting on his ass and not doing shit because he's being rebellious. That's not how relationships work. They would end almost immediately.
Go ahead, Andrea. I think Andrea agree with you, Sweeney. Go ahead, Andrea.
You know what? No, I really don't.
Of course she doesn't. She don't agree with nobody.
Of course,
if it's
she
a
doesn't.
man, she's not going to agree with him.
No, this is the thing. Like, let's be honest. I don't even think that the men are capable of being honest about this conversation, because that means that you have to admit that you guys can be very dirty. Like, men can be very, very absent-minded when it comes to like things laying around on the floor, dishes. Like, the fact that you feel like you have to delegate tasks in the home instead of just seeing it and noticing that it needs to be done is concerning.
That's not what that is, and I didn't say that.
Sir.
You got to stop just saying stuff and putting definitions to it when nobody said that.
Let her get it out. You can get it out.
Go ahead, Andrea. Hold on. Andrea talking. Go ahead.
So I'm going to be honest. I've been in relationships with guys who had an issue with helping me do the dishes. Like, okay, I just made this full course breakfast meal. Could you just dry while I wash? And then he's like, he has the attitude about it. And then his mom calls me all upset. Like, well, why don't you just get your dishwasher service? And I'm like, no, why don't you just tell your mom start cleaning up? Yes. And I'm like,
why is his mom calling you?
Because we actually had a really big falling out about this situation, because I feel like men don't realize that it is just cleaning is a skill set. Like, being clean is a skill set, and not many men have that. So that's why when you do have someone who knows how to clean up, it's you have to hold on to that and really appreciate and cherish that, because most men are just not that clean. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
Have you ever looked at the man's side? Have you ever seen vanity mirrors and sinks, and you notice on the man's side it's relatively clean, and then on the woman's side she got curling irons and hair over here and toothpaste in the sink, and come on, man,
hair in the sink. I bet you got hair in your sink right now, Andrea. Go show us.
You got hair in the sink.
I bet you got hair in your sink. First of all, take your phone to the bathroom right now. I bet you got hair and all kinds of shit everywhere.
No, it's a difference between maintenance and then y'all dirty drawers in the floor, leaving dishes in the sink. Oh my
God. I bet you got hair in the sink.
That's because I comb my hair.
But why did you clean the hair out?
Women are dirty. Women are dirty.
If you can leave your combed out hair from this morning in the sink, then he can leave his dirty drawers on the floor.
Right.
Y'all nasty. Just admit it. It's okay.
You
Y'all
nasty because of what you just said. You just
You just
admitted
said you left your hair in the sink.
So
Did you
we
just brush your hair?
nasty and you nasty too.
Hold
How
on,
about
wait.
that?
Did you just brush your hair over the last 3 hours, or was that in there
Listen,
since
y'all
this
don't
morning?
So that's an unfair conversation. Y'all trying to argue about something. Y'all don't have hair. That's not fair.
She
But I
probably
do
has hair all over the house like a damn cat.
let's just be box in the floor. Y'all, he just said he don't know how to do laundry. Who doesn't know how to do laundry?
You don't know how to pick up your hair from your sink and from the rest of your house, cat.
We're not gonna excuse it. Don't do laundry. That's kind of nasty. What do you do? Just
you shedding fur all over the damn house.
You don't have any hair, so you can't complain. So
that means my house is cleaner than yours.
No, it doesn't. Not when you can't do laundry.
Mr. Lego, be nice. Be nice.
I'm just saying.
Be nice.
She just admitted that she got hair all in her damn sink. What the hell?
In my sink. But does my hair shed when I comb it? Yes. You don't have hair, so you don't understand that. But saying that you don't know how to do laundry is a very different thing. Laundry is a basic skill that you must maintain that if you don't want your laundry smelling and running over on the floor. That's disgusting.
Andrea, grab a lint brush right now and like do some maintenance. Like I bet.
Guarantee she got some clothes on the floor somewhere in that house.
I bet you just
right
do a
now.
lint brush
I
across your shirt. I bet
guarantee
all
you she
kinds
got
of
some
hairs
clothes
on your back, on your
look,
everything.
the background is clean
on
because we
your
on
couch,
camera. I
on
guarantee
your
you.
bed.
My house is very clean.
I guarantee you got some clothes on the floor somewhere. So you pick up every article of clothing. You ain't never kicked off your some clothes over right before you jumped in the bed and just got in the bed, huh? You ain't leave nothing on the floor. You just very clean.
We're talking about cleaning up. So I've had times where I've decompressed and just felt like laying down and took my clothes off and just threw it. But when I woke up, I cleaned it up. I didn't wait.
Andrea, let's do something real quick.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on. I want to say something, Andrea. Let's do this right now. Let's grab our phones right now and walk around our house right now. You ready?
Yeah, I'm actually ready.
All right. Hold on. I got to come in on my phone. Hold on. Give me a second. And don't go try to clean nothing up.
Want to see a
Just
virtual
put your
tour
glasses
house?
on if you want to do that.
We're not about to wait on this shit, bro.
Right. So
I'm
what I
just
was going
saying.
to say was, men are men and women are women, right?
Mhm.
Women are going to see the details. That's just what we do. We're going to see the details that men don't see, and it don't make them dirty. It doesn't make them that they don't clean up. Now, some may blatantly just, you might be tripping over shoes when you walk in, or he might just have his drawers on the floor. But that's the detail that you see, that as a woman, you use your femininity and say, babe, I thought we had this conversation before. I see the boxes again. Are we gonna work on that? Or do you really expect me to pick them up every single time you step up out of them? You have to get an understanding. You have to know what you're working with, so you don't get irritated or mad or agitated when you see it. When you know what you're working with, then that's when you take a deep breath and be like, that's my man. That's what he gonna do. But you're not getting an attitude, and you're not being angry with him. You're working with him. That's what heaven meets earth. When a man and a woman comes together, heaven's supposed to meet earth. So, work with him. But I think that when men see that you're not trying to work with them, knowing that he has this little thing about him, because when he was single, believe me, them drawers stayed on the floor. When he was single, he probably didn't iron. When he was single, he probably did. But because he has you now, that's where you come in, and you do those things. And if you don't want to do those things, that's fine. But at the same time, it's the way that you respond to him. See, a lot of women don't know how to just use that feminine. If you use your femininity, you'll probably never see drawers on the floor again. Like, you just got to know how to work it with him, because when you respond with the harshness and the toughness and things like that, you're really not going to get a different response out of him.
I think that was great. But you want to know what's extremely wild? I think that's what Prince Teller was saying in the beginning of the video when she was saying, man, not just gonna know, you're gonna have to have a conversation in order to get some clarity. aside from any other rhetoric that we don't like.
Oh my
that
God,
she
take
says.
it down, Jay.
Yo,
We
look how
don't,
she
we don't have to
sitting
hear
though.
that.
Men to help
She's
you
sitting like
around
a
the
dude
house.
with a wig on.
You want men to help you around the house. You want men to just automatically know what you want done around the house, and they are not wired to know that. You might think it's basic and common sense, but it's really not, because men's brains are not wired.
What about
for
simple
that.
thing like take out the trash, and then the man still doesn't want to do that? Like his only job is to take out the trash. His only job is to take out the trash.
It's a few things going on with that, right?
I agree.
A lot of men have an issue with women telling them what to do. They don't like the idea of having a woman in power over them. So when a woman tell him to do something, his rebellious ways kick in. Number two, a lot of them are lazy. They don't want to do anything.
You know what's crazy though?
All right. So outside of her saying that lazy comment, right? I would for the most part look at Mr. Lego selling those Filipino.
Right. A damn
I'm ready. I want to see her sing.
We know the
He
ceiling
went to
fan
go
queen.
clean up.
There's probably dust up there.
She did
You
too.
need the duster. You need the
They both
scrubber.
do.
Both of y'all went to go clean up during the video clip.
Y'all know it's
Look,
crazy.
Wait.
though.
no,
Get
but
one of
let
them
me
off
just
the screen, please. What is going on?
let me just say the last part. What I was saying about what she was saying is, I mean, if you remove being upset about the rhetoric that she spews that can be inflammatory, she do be making a lot of decent points. Her point was essentially that men and women communicate differently, and you can't expect a man to understand things how you do as a woman, and you can't expect a woman to understand things as you do as a man. And in order to do, you got to meet people in the middle, like Precious said. Like, it's almost the same thing, except Precious has a different delivery on the first part, outside of they lazy comment. And for me personally, I don't appreciate anyone in general lording over me and trying to tell me what to do. It just in general, man or woman, I don't really appreciate that. That's not, I don't really operate like that, and I don't like that. It seems like
environment.
But you know what?
How was a person raised? She's clearly kept saying it's how a person was wired, or like men are not wired like that. And well, some men are. Some men know to pick up a broom if they see something. Some men don't, or it wasn't their responsibility when in that environment in which that they grew up in. So I think environment plays a really big role.
All I know is why did Andrea cut the camera off? She just ran and cleaned her bathroom up. Why did she cut her camera off? Because I'm ready. She don't ran and she got her.
You do look like you sweated a little bit.
Right.
She done brought the awesome in the bathroom. Hurry up with the paper towel.
I don't got on my phone so we can go to our bathrooms, and you cut your camera off to go clean up your little bathroom.
It don't look like her bed made either.
Why your bed ain't made?
First of all,
I bet. Look right now. I bet my bed made right now.
My bed looks
Right
better
now.
than your bed.
Right
Your
now.
camera was off too, Mr. Lex.
Right now.
No, I had to switch to a phone. Look right now. Look, bed made. Bed made. Bed made.
Go back to the other room, please.
You know what?
That's how simple men are. He ain't got shit in there, but
he got a mattress.
Wait. No. Hold on. This is a big ass bedroom now. This is a big ass bedroom. Don't play with me.
Where's your drapes?
Don't play with me.
Up in there.
Wait, what's in that nightstand next to the bed? That's for really.
Bro, you do not sleep in that room, bro.
I'm a man.
That's what
this man cave got more shit in it than that bedroom.
It's a big ass bedroom, so y'all calm down a little bit. But the bed is made.
Yes.
Your voice be echoing in there.
Huh?
Good night.
Bro, you do not sleep in that room, bro.
I don't need a whole bunch of stuff in there.
His office got more shit in it than his bedroom. I see a dresser.
I was thinking the same.
I don't care. I don't need a whole bunch of shit in there. It's a bedroom. What are you talking about?
Do you have a TV on the wall?
No, it's a bedroom. I don't like having a TV in
Why
a
the
bedroom.
fuck you having TVs in your room? Why don't what?
Huh?
I don't get it. Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Just like that room.
I would say this though. Marcus, she definitely said way more than just men are lazy. She said that they don't like they feel rebellious. They don't like to listen and that they're lazy. However, I will say this though. I think men and women, and this is how I explain it. I think men and women are different because there's things that women do in households that men complain about all the time. What is like men get tired of having to ride out their drains because of all the hair. Women's absent-minded about that, which is okay. I've seen women frustrated that men don't put down the toilet seat. We all have our things that we complain about in relationships. But like Precious said, we kind of just work through them, figure things out. And it is what it is. But to sit here and act as if men are just out here rebellious and don't want to listen to their women, that's not how we operate. We all got a honey-do list. Some of us do. Some of us delegate. Most of the time, I will be real with you. If your kid is cleaning age, you go to any parent, you go to anybody that got cleaning age kids, and they kids clean the house 90% of the time. 90%. We may clean up on Sunday. We clean up on Sundays.
They maintain
90% of the time, our kids is cleaning the house.
They
So
not really cleaning,
that-
but maintaining. Let's use it. We don't want to child.
I agree with you on that.
laws,
Maintaining
but
the
they help
house.
to
Yeah.
maintain because we establish, we create the norm, and then they maintain. And side note for you to say that, just make sure that we're, there are women who are property owners. I would not want hair inside of a sink. That could cost me. So we can't just assume men don't want it in there. Business women as well would not want.
Audrey, let's see your sink. Let's see your sink right now. Let's go.
First of all,
Hold on. I would like to address this real quick.
First of all,
If your kid don't know how to clean a house, that's a parenting problem. My kids know how to clean just like I do.
Can you let me finish, sir? Why you keep
All right, y'all. Let's get some of these other people in there. Go ahead, Andrea and Sierra. Trev, Precious.
Go ahead, Andrea. My bad.
So what I was gonna say is when you actually
Why you always look up? What's up? What's up there?
You
There's
know
some
why I
hair up on the ceiling too.
Because I be trying to think out what I say so that I don't come off shady and like rude.
You
So
always come off shady and rude though.
See, I just want you to know I'm like
Like, will you let her get a point out, bro? Come on, man.
I'll say this. When you actually like do your hair, it's going to get around your sink. Like when
But you gotta
actually
clean it up after.
like
you
and
do
you
your
do
hair.
clean it up, but it's like it's still going to be there because you're actively doing it so that you look nice and step out into the world and look the way that you should, look presentable. So unless
Adria, if I take a shit, I gotta flush the toilet. I can't just be like, well, I had to take a shit. No, I'm gonna flush the
But
toilet.
here's the thing. So then you guys,
what are you talking about?
Question I want to ask.
You clean it
I
up.
hear y'all keep
What are
saying
you
have
talking
kids.
about?
Hold on a second. I hear that y'all are saying have kids because they'll clean your house. So are y'all having kids because you can't clean your house?
That's literally not what I said. That is not what I said at all. That is not what I said.
Go ahead, Andrea. Would you say they're raising slaves, Andrea? Would you say they're raising slaves?
No.
Yeah, y'all are trying to birth slaves. That's not right.
Nobody said that they had kids to clean the house. Nobody, literally nobody on this planet. You just made that up.
Everything that we say. That shit is hilarious.
I love you, Andrea.
Y'all said that. Y'all
No, we didn't. You can rewind the tape. Nobody said that.
I'm like, what?
Y'all said that. Y'all said it over and over again.
No,
Y'all said
we did not. Nobody
Are we
said
going
that.
to your little nasty
No, they
bathroom?
said if you have kids, they should know how to clean the house.
But where's
No,
kids?
there's some
hold on,
parents-
wait. Let me clarify what I
in order
did
to
say
clean
though.
the house.
I did not say that people have kids to make them clean. I said most of the time, most parents who have cleaning age kids, while we sitting over there arguing about who cleans what in the house, most parents make their kids clean the house most of the week. We do the extreme clean. We do the extreme clean on Sundays. where we get the house to this cleanliness, and then we make our kids do their chores throughout the week, which maintains the house. That's what we said.
Andrea, are you aware that it takes about 9 years for a child to get old enough to clean a house? So you think a person is going to birth out a kid and wait 9 years
just to get them to clean? You're gonna spend, what is it, $100 and some $1,000 raising a kid just to get them to clean at 9?
Clean your house?
Let me clarify.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
You gonna play it again.
Look at Andrea.
Like she's sitting in the dugout.
Let me clarify what I'm
Andrea,
saying.
auntie.
We're having a specific conversation about men's cleaning habits, and then y'all start bringing up kids. So to me, it's like, are y'all looking for excuses because y'all know that y'all just don't have the wherewithal to be clean? Can we just admit that?
You just be saying shit, don't you?
Can y'all just
like
say
you didn't hear nothing that happened, nothing that went down on this panel. You just be saying shit.
Lord, that's crazy.
Come on, man. Like you heard all of us speak, and that's what you got from it. Come on, man. We have to use our head for more than just a
Andrea, that's how you gonna look in the next 10 years if you don't get your shit together. That's how you gonna look. That's how Andrea gonna look in the next 10 years. That's how you gonna look in 10 years if you don't get your shit together.
Kids are supposed to be happy cleaning up after y'all.
No, you do know that kids make more mess than anybody else in the house, right?
I don't know.
Our kids make more mess in the house than anybody else.
They are major contributors.
Yes.
Most of the time, the kids is cleaning up behind us because we gone during the day. We messing up the house all day.
Oh, sir, you just
They come home from school. They come home from school and do. They produce most of the dishes. They produce most of the mess. They use up most of the toilet paper.
Okay.
They use up most of the paper towels. And then hold on, wait. Here's what's jacked up about kids. They don't even rinse out the pot they used already. They go and grab a new pot to make another batch of noodles in.
Like, are y'all making?
Andrea got the glasses and we got paper cups. Like, what are you doing?
15 red cups all over the house. They done went and grabbed a dude cup every single time they went and got something to drink.
Hold on, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of like that myself.
Is that what fills your bedroom up? Fiji water?
I guarantee you, Mr. Lego never finishes a bottle of water. He just leaves.
I be having
bottles of water all over the place, just like
that's what's decorating his bedroom.
Guilty of that. Yeah. There's a bottle of water downstairs right now. So when I'm downstairs,
so when he says women are children, he's really describing himself because that's just some shit that only a kid would do. Just keep grabbing new bottles of water. He don't never finish one.
I got Fiji.
What's your linen closet look like, Mr. Lego?
My linen closet is full
Fiji
of
and brooms?
Fiji water. Y'all want to see it? I go downstairs and go show it to you.
Please don't do it because we know
Right,
we.
let me
we
get
got
hold on, y'all. Let me get Trev, Sierra, and Marcus to the transition, y'all.
All right, cool. So when you listen to the ladies that were talking, you could easily determine that there's a reason they don't get the results that they want, right? When you listen to her, you got one job. You got one job. You hear the lady in the background. What dude has one job? But this is what I'm saying. Like, just the sheer disrespect. You can tell how she's going to try to request what it is that she wants. And we don't even have to speak on how Princella would approach the situation if she were actually engaged in a relationship with a man, how she would address him to request for the trash to be out, right? So that right there, Precious and Stacey O nailed it when they said use the power of your femininity, right? I heard you earlier mention, you like a damsel in distress. That's what men respond to, right? When we hear you, like when you yell out that SOS, we got you, we running, we over here, Captain, saving them, right? That's what we do. But when you try to give us orders, I'll say that Princella was right about that, where we don't want anybody giving us orders. That ain't it. So no, we're not gonna have anybody giving us orders. But if you know how to communicate effectively, and you can say, hey, it's a request. If you know how to say, look, can you help me with this? Or that, if there's a sense of urgency, then you just mention that while it's happening. Right? You with your request, you would say, hey, look, I'm trying to, can you do this real quick for me? And then we'll go ahead and we'll respond to that. But why is it that that's a problem, right? Or even just something as simple as laundry. But there's certain things that men have to do for women all the time that we never complain about. If you need a spaghetti bottle open and you don't know how to do it, okay, I'll go do that real quick. I don't ever ask you to do it. If you need your tire changed, right? Or you need me to help you with this technology, you need me to set this surround sound up for you, put your TV on the wall. We're not complaining like, damn, she don't do that. There's just certain things that we do for women and don't mind ever. And it's not a problem, right? So what's the big deal?
If you need,
and a lot of times you may not do. Yeah. When I want some fellatio, I got to wait on this sometimes. It's not like it's on demand. So how can you ask me to take out the trash on demand?
But
what
that's
we
the
doing?
problem, because a lot of women feel as though their emergency is your priority, right? And it don't even really be. It don't be an emergency. Let's be real. Let's be real. It don't be an emergency.
Wait. I've had some emergency booty eatings, and I was right there.
Wait. Y'all heard what the real Precious said, right? And did y'all hear how Andrea responded? And that's a narcissist. To think that your emergency is somebody else's priority is a narcissist.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And it don't be an emergency. That's what I'm saying. Like, women think that it has to get done right now. It has to be done in my timing. And that's what men don't want, or that's what they don't respond to, because the things that are going on in his mind are not the things that are going on in your mind. And so you have to be mindful that when you are trying to give him an order or tell him what to do, you might be throwing him off from his train of thought of what he's planning for the next day, what he's planning for the next month or the next year. You got to be mindful that your emergency is not his priority, and you have to really weigh it. Like, is this really important right now, or can this wait till later, or can I just step in and be the helpmate that I am and just not make a big fuss about it?
Yeah.
Y'all are not being realistic. Y'all are not being realistic. Y'all are acting. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever you need something to be done in that moment, it is your priority. So for y'all to create,
you're wrong. It's not. You're wrong. It's not a priority.
It's not realistic, ma'am. It's like, if you need something done right then, why are you going to sugarcoat it for this person and walk around eggshells if you would like that person to make it a priority? Like,
why don't you just make it your own damn priority and you fix your own problem? What the hell are you talking about?
Hold on. I feel like y'all not being.
Let her finish.
I just feel like y'all not being realistic. This is the thing. Okay. I'm so.
What about give an example? How about give an example and explain what you're saying?
Other than you need your booty eating, because I would understand that. But other than that, what else?
What I'm saying is this: if y'all are rushing to get something done, or y'all have to it doesn't even have to be an example that severe. It can really just be that you need to vocalize that you need it done right then, and it's a priority for you. So you're not going to put your priority second to compromise for somebody else's comfortability. That's all that I'm saying. And I feel like we're not being realistic right now. I feel like we're coddling instead of just saying, hey, I know you don't know how to do the laundry because you've already admitted that, but could you learn how to do the laundry? Because I'm not going to be washing your laundry every day because I'm not a slave.
Is that how you communicate it to him, though? Is that how you say it, though? Is that how you say it, though, Andrea? Is that how you say it?
What I'm saying, yeah, eventually it's going to get to that point because you're so busy walking on eggshells for somebody, they don't take you seriously. So sometimes you do need to tell them what to do, because when you're asking and when you're pleading and when you're trying to be feminine, they don't take you seriously because you're not being assertive.
No, Andrea, in that situation, like, just speaking for myself personally, that would make me never ever try and do the laundry. Because I would feel as though, I'm just being honest, right? I would feel as though I'm being ultimatumed and talked down to and attempted to be emasculated, right? And in hearing that, I would turn and walk out the door. I wouldn't even deal with it. I'm never gonna do the laundry. But if the way that Precious discussed, we just like, can you XYZ? I'll give it a try, right? It's a way. It's not just like catering to your ego. Like we talk about this, well, I talk about this all the time. It's different ways that you got to communicate with people for it to be effective communication. And for my personal style, now there are people who don't think the same as me, right? But for my personal style, that would spin me in the complete opposite direction. I just look at you and would not move. I could have been about to get up and go do the laundry, and I would not get up and do it specifically because I got talked to like that.
Oh wow.
Some people it doesn't work well for.
Why do I have to
I
hold
agree.
your laundry? Why do I have to hold your hand and coddle you? You're talking about this is something that's making me not gonna want to try to do the laundry. Knowing how to do the laundry is a basic need.
He
And
doesn't
now
want to. He doesn't
Most-
want to.
with
Most
technology,
people know how to do laundry.
it's extremely easy to put a load in the wash and press start. Okay, back in the times, people had to
But
go
why don't
outside.
you do it if it's that easy? You do it.
So for sit up here and really do this is really crazy to me.
But why
that
don't
you're-
you do it if it's so easy?
The
Why do you
laundry.
need him to do something
and
that
then
you could do?
And then you say that you're leaving, sir. Please do me the honors of leaving. If I can have peace in my home and I don't have to clean up after you because you don't know how to do something as basic as doing the laundry, please leave.
So
Seriously.
y'all
what
do.
do
So
you
y'all
expect
hold on, wait,
to
hold
do
on,
in the
hold on.
home?
Hold on, wait,
I think
Precious.
you missed the
So
point I
y'all
was
do
making.
y'all both do your own laundry in the house,
Yes.
or does one? So you do your laundry and he does his laundry separately.
I do laundry in my house because I live by myself because I
No,
recognize
I'm assuming that you. I'm saying if you were living with somebody, you're with a man, y'all live
Mhm.
together. He does his
She
own
went through
laundry
this.
and you do your own laundry.
I mean, does it have to be something that complicated? Can you just do the laundry if it needs
No,
to
well,
be
that's
done?
because that's how I'm being
Because
real with
you
you. Hold
do
on,
the
wait.
laundry and it be
Hold
done.
on, wait. No, Mr. Lego, because
What are
that's
we
how you
doing?
presented it. Because you're saying that he doesn't know how to clean up behind himself. He doesn't know how to do his own laundry. So that's why I asked for clarification. Are you suggesting that you do your laundry and he does his laundry, and you're
No,
complaining that he's not doing his laundry? Or are you
no.
saying you want him to do the laundry?
Let me simplify this for you.
Okay,
What I'm
simplify
saying
it
is
for
this.
you.
If laundry needs to be done, I shouldn't have to hold your hand to do it if I'm not available. If I'm on vacation, if I'm out of town, if I'm at my mom's house, if I'm doing something and it's obviously needing to be done and you see that it needs to be done and I'm not available to help coach you through it because obviously that's what you need, are you capable of putting a load in the wash?
Y'all
There
gotta
you-
understand.
Hold
All right,
on,
hold
Miss
on, wait,
Lego.
hold
Can I
on.
Men
clarify
don't
my
think
point?
like we
Let
think.
me
Hold
just
on,
say this
y'all.
one thing. She
Hold on,
literally
y'all.
said,
Let Marcus get in there. Let Marcus get in there, y'all. Go ahead, Marcus.
I just want to clarify my point, so you understand. So, Andrea, it wasn't about doing the laundry. If I had to do the laundry, I don't have an issue with doing something to help around the house. My initial point was that the way it would have been asked or spoke, like I would have been spoken to, would have gotten a negative result because I don't want to be talked to like that. So, if I do what you're asking me to do while you're talking to me like that, I've rewarded you for the behavior that I don't want. So my thing is, I will not reward negative behavior. So I could have been about to go do the laundry, but I won't do it specifically because that was the thing that was the prompt. And I would like to be talked to another way. So in order to get me to do anything, it has to be done in a way that I do not feel offended for me to move forward. That was my point. It wasn't about doing or not doing laundry. It was about communication styles and what's effective for me specifically. And other people might have a different style, but that's just mine.
I wonder if that non-verbal
dialogue real quick.
what would that do for the relationship?
Let me
I
just
wonder that non-verbal, like I just wonder how effective would that be in a relationship? And I mean, I can see where you're trying to teach somebody how to treat you. And so yeah, I can see that aspect, but then it's the nonverbal because then that gives opportunity for assumptions. And you really don't want to assume in a relationship. So I would say, like, let's say you did do that, you know, you had that nonverbal communication before the night is over. I would go to my partner and try to clear up that misconception. Hey, I chose not to do that because I don't want you to talk to me like that. I don't want to be handled like that.
But y'all got to remember, Audrey did
Absolutely
say
believe
she
in clarity. I think
had a
clarity
guy
prevents.
that she was in a relationship with, and his mom called her about some shit. So
It was a
that
big
can tell
thing.
you what type of dudes that she's used to.
Let's
So y'all got
take
to
it off of
understand,
her.
some of these women are used to dealing with losers, and I say this all the time. She most likely is used to dealing with dudes that are losers that literally don't know how to work a washing machine.
I see what everybody means. Let me say that. I see what everybody means.
What's that? What's that?
I do agree. I don't know what that was. I heard it too.
Okay. What the hell that was?
Okay.
What is that? What the hell?
What the hell is that?
What?
JR, is that you?
Yes, but I agree.
What the hell? That's you, Trev. I know that's you. That's you, Trev.
Yo, what?
That ain't me. My joint on mute, bro. My joint was on mute though.
Going on?
It's like a little ghost or something.
Yes, it is.
A little.
What the fuck is going on?
It sounds like they saying in the name of Jesus.
But you know what though?
Yeah, that is what they're saying.
I see what Sierra and Stacey are saying, but I don't think Marcus would have had to say anything for her to know that's why he's not doing it. She knows how she's talking to him in that moment. Like she knows if you go over there, you say, "Are you dumb? You can't clean a simple dish," and he looks at you like this. You know why he's looking at you like that because you talking to him crazy right now. Like if you were around somebody long enough, you know what she's saying that shit to trigger him. So she would know, like, you calling him out his name, calling him lazy, saying you only got one job, nigga. Why won't you just do it? Like, come on, that dude knows.
You know what though? Like when women are in the space of saying it, I think it's also like the woman is accustomed to being in her masculine energy and always having to do everything herself, that she doesn't know how to deliver a message because maybe she looks at it as it's a weakness for her having to ask for help. So it comes off as I need to order you and be in control, right? Because I am afraid to be vulnerable with you, to ask you in a nice way to do the laundry, or can you at least help me, right? So maybe she is. And I don't know the lady, but that was my first time actually seeing the video today when I sent it to JR. But I'm going to just say that she does seem a little bit over masculated as a woman, right? And maybe that she is used to, like you said, maybe she has a history of dealing with men where she likes to attract men that she has to tell what to do, to take control of them, because she likes the idea of being in control. So
that could be a single mom, like a derivative from that, because when you used to just your mom telling you what to do, you inherently, and I talked about this before on another panel, I think maybe with Mr. Let Go, that you become an avatar of your mother because you don't have a man there to balance it out, and you don't have the interactions between a man and a woman. Like my mom would never tell my dad what to do. What? Huh? What? that is unheard of. And if she does, it's not, well, you need to do this because what do you mean you don't know how to do laundry? What do you mean you don't? No, that will never go down in my parents' home. It has never gone down like that because there's a level of respect. There's a way that you communicate. There is an order, and then you just get things done from that. And both parties just understand each other's role and the role that you play within the relationship and within the family. So when you got a woman like this all the time, there couldn't have been a man there to discipline her, like to say, who you think you're talking to, lower your voice. That's not how you speak to people. You like to me, that's like a single mom who's always barking orders.
A moment of truth.
That's
what you're feeding.
I was gonna say y'all giving those type of women way too much credit. Women experience men on the daily basis. They know they may try to excuse their mouths for whatever reason they want to excuse it. Like when she said, "Oh, they're in their masculine," but they know that talking to a man like that and that man looks at them crazy. They know why they're not getting the results that they want out of that man. They know why that man left. He's sitting over there, she talking crazy to him, and that man left, or he's not doing what she needs him to do. She knows why it happened. Because women experience men on a regular basis. Unless like there are very few women on this planet that don't experience no man to where they don't know how to, that they don't know that their actions affect men in certain ways.
But what if that's the way that they are used to communicating? Because you see that a lot too, where they are used to women yelling at them and telling them what to do. So that's the only way they do respond.
Hold on, wait. But we're not talking about the woman that's because if a woman is with a man that's used to being talked to like that, we're not talking about it. We're talking about how a man will respond and look at her crazy, and she's sitting over there trying to figure out why is he doing this. No woman has experienced. Most women experience enough men where they know when they see a man not respond to them or they look at them crazy, they say, "Bitch, who you think you talking to?" They've heard that before. No woman is on this planet and done talk reckless to every single guy because they used to talking reckless and they don't know how men respond. So that's why I said I think we're giving these type of women way too much credit on this planet where we saying, oh, it's because they mama talked to her crazy. Yeah, your mama may have talked to you crazy. Yeah, you may have only been around your mama growing up, but you done been in relationships with men. And you sitting over there and that man done bounced on you, or he done sat there and gave you that crazy look, or he done sat there and said, hey, look, you talk to me like that again, we're going to have problems. She done experienced that somewhere. Now, she may have
what if
left
she
him
decide to say, what if she decide to say, did we just going to have problems?
And
now
then
we
that's and let the and at that
Now
point,
we
but like I said though,
Right,
hold
no
on,
man
but
is
like I
playing
said
around with
though,
that.
but like I said though, they know, they're not confused. They're not trying to figure out. They're not used to. They know what's going on, and sometimes that mind don't manifesting itself where you see two people arguing and fighting and putting paws on each other, where you see two people going at it, where you see two people break up, where you see a dude say, you know what, well, I'm not gonna get talked to like that, so I'm out. Or you get him talking to her reckless, but she knows how to talk to a man. She's just doing it because she can either get away with it or that's the way she is, and men are responding in kind, but she knows why that man is not responding to her.
Or
She's
she
not
doesn't
confused.
know how to express her needs. Like most people do not know how to express their needs. We are not taught how to express our needs, right? We are taught to complain. So it's different if, like you said, the delivery was different, but we are not taught in society, period, even as kids, how to express our needs. We are taught to get upset when we don't get something that we want, to catch an attitude, right? Most of us are accustomed to being reactive to things when they're not going our way. So
everybody is taught how to express their needs because you don't approach
but I've
everybody
learned that
like that.
as an adult. I have not learned that as a child. I was not taught how to express my emotions as a child or to express my needs. That's something that I've learned to gain as I've gotten older as a woman. So prior to that, right, it would be regular and normal for us to ask for certain things or not ask for help and be upset because I'm assuming that the man knows, right? And then I had to learn, like, if I'm not expressing myself, right, and being clear and honest about what I desire and what I want, right, how can I assume that a man is supposed to know? So I think it depends on the woman knowing how to, both parties, right, knowing how to express their needs, like, and being honest about what they actually desire. Like, if Andrea want him to do the laundry, that's her expressing her needs. If the man can't meet that, then that's not the man for her. It wouldn't even be an argument. It would just be like, look, like, if you don't do laundry and I desire a man that can help with the laundry, then maybe this isn't going to work between us. There is no argument. There is no conversation after that.
I think the issue is that we're not talking about a person expressing their needs, but how they express their needs and how somebody responds to how they express their needs. That's why I was going to push back when you said a lot of people don't know how to express their needs. Yes, we do. We only act like we don't know how to express our needs to certain people. So we'd be in a relationship with somebody and act like we don't know how to express our needs and get reckless with them. But when you go out into the world, you can't express your needs in a reckless manner to your job. You can't express that to your employer. You can't express that even at school. When you need to express your needs, we know how to act in school, but we may go home and treat our brother or our sibling any old kind of way. And we'll say, oh, well, I just don't know how to express my needs. Yes, you do. Because society forces you to know how to express your needs. Otherwise, there's a place for you. They put you in a bad class. They suspend you. They throw you in jail. They fire you. They do it. There's a lot of consequences for people who don't know how to express their needs.
But those are like two different things. And I definitely see what you mean by that. But when we go out into the world and when we are in romantic relationships, people are experiencing different parts of us. So us being romantically involved with somebody, we are not, like you said, we are not going to act out. I mean, some people do. We see that now, like people acting a fool in public because they don't know how to express what they want, right? Or they are in confrontation because they don't know how to express themselves. But when we are in school and we do get in trouble for those behaviors, right? Like you said, then we do go back home, right? And then we get in trouble at home, right? For the behavior at school. So it does come out in anger and it does come out in lashing because the home environment where they have to go home to, the parent, right? The person that loves them, the person that is raising them is not teaching them that. So you have a stranger telling you how to behave. So it's kind of like you create a false self. Like, I know how I need to act in public, and I know when I go home, I could be upset and I can have an attitude and I can act a certain way because these people are teaching me this behavior, right? Like, I was raised around these people. So I see what you mean by that, though. And absolutely, like, we would not go into a workplace and disrespect our boss or do any of that because we are taught that. Like, most of the time, our parents tell us, don't have me out here looking crazy. When we go into the store, you better not ask for nothing. We are taught that. But when we get home, we know that we can act up and do certain things and get in trouble and get away with it to a certain extent. So I think that it's like we creating a mask in a sense. And so when we get in that romantic type thing, different feelings come up, like different emotions come up, different triggers come up. Like my boss, okay, that's a whole different ball game. Like my emotions is not tied into him like that. I could quit and go get another job. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it brings out different feelings and emotions, but I understand what you're saying now. And I agree with that though.
I think that y'all are like actually putting 20 on 10. I'm not saying to go to a person and go completely ludicrous, but what I am saying is there's a way to be assertive at what you're saying so that you're not walking around like you're somebody's victim. If I ask you the first time, that's different. If hey, can you pick up, The second time, okay, hey, could you But once the third and the fourth and the fifth time comes around, I'm going to feel like you're doing it on purpose. So it's going to come with a different type of an energy so that I have to let you know that I am not going to sit up here and play these games with you. And if we can't agree on that, then leave. I'm not saying go across his head, but what I am saying is be assertive and have confidence in what you're saying so you're not tiptoeing on eggshells in your own house.
That is not.
I could definitely understand that. But Sweeney, how many times does your wife have to tell you to do something? I think you stated this earlier.
You said how many times?
Like, is it to do something? You may forget it. It might fall by the wayside, but more than likely a husband. And then if you want to be in a long-term relationship, not to say that it's a good thing, but you probably will have to get used to repeating yourself. Then if you have children, you're really you're gonna have to get used to repeating yourself. So you're gonna get a lot of practice there. But what I'm saying is, like I said earlier, where men's minds are at and where our minds are at are different. Now, I agree. You telling somebody to do something over and over and over again, and you're doing it in a polite way, or you're doing it in, a way where they can understand, they're not getting mad, whatever. But at the same time, we just don't operate the same way. And I think that if most people would admit it, whether it be on the panel or in the chat, most people have trouble asking for help. Mm-hmm. So because you have trouble asking for help, you don't know how to ask for help. When you don't ask for help, then your needs go unmet. Then you're reacting out of a trauma response because we talked about it earlier. Most kids were the help. You know what I mean? They were more than the help, but you're the help in the house. And so you're not really getting your needs met because you're being told to do this. You got to go to school. You got to get good grades. And your parents expect you to be a certain way, especially the older generation, right? Because they didn't talk about anything. They just had to do. And so that's how a lot of parents teach their children. You just have to do. They have this authoritative parenting style. So the children don't ask for help because they are the help, and they feel as though if I ask for help, then that's going to make it seem like I'm inadequate, or I need attention, or I'm the troublemaker, or whatever. A lot of kids don't say, I'm struggling with this, I need help. They just react, or they show out in their behavior. And I'm sure that Stacey O can probably, I've been in the school system too. You see children that actually need help that don't know how to ask for help. And then you become an adult, and asking someone for help is, you damn near never do it. And then when you do it, it comes out in a way where the person that you're asking for help, because it's a frustration now, is coming out like, well, why can't you do this? I've asked you a million times, and maybe their needs are not getting met because they don't know how to ask you to meet their needs. So I think it could be a number of things, but a lot of people just don't know how to ask for help.
Yeah,
I want to answer.
Say this all the way at the beginning with Stacey up. So I agree with your point about you got to come back to that conversation and discuss it, right? One of the main reasons for that pause and me not saying nothing and not responding is I believe that you should not react out of anger when you're speaking to somebody that you love. So sometimes you have to take a step back and allow yourself to just woosah kind of and be like, because I felt that was extremely disrespectful, as opposed to me yelling at you or saying all this out of the XYZ. I'm just gonna take a minute, and then I don't just believe in communication. I believe in clarification, right? So we need to get to the point that you can tell me back what I'm saying to you, so I understand that you understand what I'm trying to say.
That is
and then move forward.
Yes, I love that. I utilize it a lot.
And I think when you were speaking earlier about how your man made you feel secure, and you couldn't put a finger on it. If I was to guess, I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong or not, but one of the things he did was make you feel enough in the way that he saw you and created a trust factor between y'all that you weren't worried about somebody interjecting with by any means and just taking him because you developed something on a I don't know if you got a religious background, but emotional, spiritual, and a communication level where you feel like y'all got each other. So all this other stuff is just y'all against the world. And by doing that, it allow you to operate in a sense of security outside of him and not worrying about all that other stuff because you trust that he got y'all best interest at heart, right?
That was well said. Very well said. Thank you for articulating that. I can appreciate that. Yes, if I had to put it. And then I thought about a post that I put up because, like I said, he tours. And I put down like love is when his love covers me even in his absence, or when he's not physically present, it's evident that he has been. And so there's a residue of his love there. You know, there are things that he put in place, and I'm just like, well, how did he know? Or so he goes before me as well. So I really appreciate that, Marcus, for putting those words to how I feel in my relationship.
That's that Christ-like love. He omnipresent, girl. He omnipresent. It's like
I was gonna answer Precious' question as well. My wife asked me to do a lot of stuff. I'll be lying to y'all if I told y'all I did every single one of them. I'll be lying to y'all if I told y'all I did every single one of them after 4 times being asked. I would be real with you. She asked me a couple times. Sometimes she wound up doing it herself. I would say, to answer your question, it depends on how high of, if it's like a high priority, family needs it done type deal, then more than likely I get to it immediately. But if it's something like, hey, can you put together my shelf, and it's just in her craft room or something like that, I might not get to that as quickly as I would get to certain other things that she asked for. And sometimes
Andrea gonna make sure you put that shelf together now. Okay? Because it needs to be in the craft room now.
And the thing is that to Andrea's point, even when my wife asks me for the 3rd time, she still knows how to ask me. She doesn't get disrespectful by asking me or saying, "Are you too dumb to put together?" Or you know what I mean? Wait. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying that you said this. I'm just saying. Andrea is right that, hey, look, sometimes you got to add a little more assertiveness to, you know what I mean, if you want something done that you've been asking for. Nothing wrong with that. But what we're talking about and what Marcus is talking about, he will respond to is if he's being disrespected. And that's and maybe Andrea didn't actually say in those words that she would openly disrespect a man or something like that, or maybe you took it differently. But yes, my wife doesn't disrespect me because I didn't do something. She knows how to come and ask me still in a way that's gonna get it done. Because if she does come at me disrespectful, I'm gonna give her the same look that Marcus would give his wife and be like, you must think you must be out your mind if you think you're gonna talk to me like that. And think I'm gonna just jump and say how high. That's not how that works. Just like I can't go to her and talk to her recklessly and think that she's just gonna like, you know what I mean? Like, Andre, have you ever been have you ever a dude ever asked you to do something? He got disrespectful. Like, are you an airhead that you don't know how to fucking pick up or wash a dish or something like that? You'll be looking at that nigga like he's crazy.
They don't call names. But all I'm saying is this: why do we feel like being? I don't know. This is just. Let me just say how I'm thinking. Why do we feel like in order for a woman to be assertive or show her traits of dominance to a man, it means that she has to be disrespecting him?
I thought that's
right. So my threshold, I'm not trying to be dominated by my woman ever. Never.
Well, some men like
that.
to be dominated. All I'm saying is this.
No, that's fine.
Why do we feel like a woman being assertive in what she's saying and confident and aware of what it is that she wants and is asking that of you, that is disrespectful? Why does it have to be? Why does it have to result in some type of disrespectful interaction?
Wait. All right,
assertive and asking are two different things. When you use dominant, that's completely different.
Hold on, Trev. I think here's where we got our wires crossed. I didn't actually hear how you would have asked your man to wash the clothes. Marcus heard it. He said if that was said to me, so I need to ask Marcus first. How did Andrea say that she would have approached a man about washing the clothes, and how would that have been disrespectful? And then we can dive into that, because he said, because I don't
approach a man. I spoke about my thought process on how I would be feeling and what I would want to say to this person, but that's not exactly how I would say it. I said I talked to him several times about it, now I have to be more assertive because I'm thinking this is something intentional. I'm going to tell them how I feel. I'm going to say, hey, I've asked this of you several times, and I feel like you're doing this either intentionally or you're just not really taking what I'm saying seriously. I can say that and not be disrespectful, but it's starting to seem like to me that a woman being assertive, because that's all I've been saying this whole time. I've never called names. Somebody said something about your dumb this or this airhead this. I never said any of that. All I said is if I come to you as a woman and I have some assertiveness in my voice and confidence in what it is that I'm saying, why does that then become a conversation of a woman disrespecting a man because she's confident?
All right, hold on, wait. So what did you say? Because again, I missed that part. What did you say was the thoughts that were running through your head when he didn't do the laundry?
At this point, I'm not going to ask. I'm going to tell you, you need to step it up. Like, you have to, like, what is this that we're doing here? I've said it nicely. I know I'm sugarcoating it. Y'all were talking about walking around on eggshells and not making it a priority and I'm like, no, at some point I'm going to become frustrated. And because honestly,
what were the thoughts that made Marcus say he wouldn't do it? That's what I want to know.
Like, what I don't know. Honestly,
all right, Mark.
He's just a man, and like the woman said in the video, y'all don't like feeling like somebody's telling you what to do. That's really what this is about.
So Marcus, what did she say that you was like, I would not have done because I need to know that before I can answer her question fully. What did she say that made you say I would not have answered? I would not have got up and did the laundry,
bruh. I would be paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something to the extent of she was telling me what to do, to the point of she said when a woman, when she reiterated it, she said when a woman tries to establish her dominance, then the man has a problem with that. And the type of person I am, I 100% do have a problem with that. I will not be dominated. It's not going to happen. But and it's not that it's wrong for you to dominate someone else. It just doesn't work for me. We all have different things we like about people. I am turned off and annoyed by that behavior, and I can't be in a relationship like that. It won't last with me. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong for when you do it. I'm saying specifically for me, that's something I can't. It's a non sequitur, non-starter for me. So
yeah.
That's a subset of men that would even appreciate being dominated. Like that's not normal. That's not normal. Men don't normally like to be dominated by females. And the way that you're describing you asserting yourself sounds like you want to dominate.
And I was going to say, to answer your question, Andrea, all right, let me answer her question real quick. To answer your question, then, because being domineering is asserting one's will over another in an arrogant way. So, to explain, there is nothing wrong with asserting yourself. But if you're going to try to be domineering over someone, that's two totally different things. And nobody responds to being dominated outside of certain instances but nobody responds. Even on the job, nobody just responds to being dominated or being treated domineering towards in a positive way. Nobody. So I would say if you're saying assert yourself, that's different from being domineering.
I mean dominating in a sense of this is my shit. This is my house. This is my whatever it is. This is my everything here.
Why is a man in your house?
What it is.
That's
what it
right
is.
there. That's it right there.
Every
man in your damn house. You be in a man's house. Now, if he ain't got no house,
let me finish.
That means he's a loser.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I told y'all she used to dating losers.
Hold on, y'all. Let her finish. Let her
point out. Let her get a point out.
What I'm saying is, I'm speaking general. It could be anything. It could be this is my whatever. It could be my car. It could be my house. It could be my anything. What I'm saying is this: if I'm saying in order for me to have peace in my circumference, in my environment, if you cannot do the laundry, then it's time for you to make your exit. And I'm not going to coddle you. And I'm not going to.
You should never move in the first place, honestly.
All I'm saying is
circumference.
Go and be wherever it is you need to be. But if you don't have a basic skill like doing laundry, and if I can't assert myself and saying, hey, I'm not going to keep asking you to clean up after yourself because you're not child, then I mean, what are we doing?
You think a man moving into your home that you expect him to do laundry?
I said I'm being very general.
But is that okay? Is the question?
But I'm just saying in general. In general, do you think that if a man comes into your home that he's going to want to do the laundry?
I don't care what he's going to do.
Now I see why you get the response that you get.
Andrea, you may not know this, but a man is not supposed to move in your house, and any man that moves in your house is a loser.
I'm not speaking. See, y'all are so busy.
Clip it, JR. Clip it.
Hold on, wait a second. I feel like y'all are so busy putting y'all personal lives into that y'all can't take it out of it. I'm not speaking personally for me because I don't have men living in my house. I don't shack up with people like some of y'all do. So what I'm saying is this: whatever it could be relating to, it could be a car, it could be a house, it could be my space, it could be my location, wherever I'm at. If I'm saying to you, I want to be assertive and saying this is my stuff or this is my piece, I'm being dominating over my piece. Don't feel like it's being disrespectful because I'm saying how I feel and I'm not sugarcoating it and tiptoeing on eggshells to be feminine about it.
But
talk to him. Talk to him. Let him know.
You know what we're reaching a disconnect at? Because you're trying to assert your piece and I make the piece.
Right.
So I'm not gonna. So I don't believe in existing in a contentious relationship, right? So I was talking about this the other day when I said we create a cycle of trust and love and help and being there for one another. There's no need for you to feel like you need to protect yourself because I'm protecting you. You're not protecting yourself from me. I'm in front of the things that are coming for you. And when you operate in that, it's different. So that energy isn't the same. So maybe that's the slight disconnect we're having.
That's
it. Because I can't have peace if my house is dirty. I don't want to be. I can't. That's chaos.
It's not your house. It's not your house. You said it's not your house.
House, Andrea.
If we're talking
clean
about
up your own damn house. Why do you want a man
about
over your house cleaning it up?
Hold on, what do y'all want me to say? Y'all want me to say our house? Because obviously I think that y'all are just stuck in this
You
mind.
just said you don't
have
check
an
out
hour.
with nobody.
I don't even think you believe in hour. Do you? Is that just a time? Is hour just a time term for you? Because
because you led with my.
Because you kept saying my. Then it was general. Then it wasn't your house. Then it was just a general story. Now we back in your house.
And then his mama
now we
called
back
you.
in your house.
I'm not sharing my space with someone who's dirty. I'm not going to do that. It becomes mine when I realize you can't clean up after yourself.
But why would you have a man who can't clean up after himself in your house?
What's the next topic? Next.
This shit is sad, Andrea. This is really sad. This is really sad.
She obviously
sad.
Hold on, y'all. Let's take a debrief.
So sad.
Let's take a
What is
debrief.
so about it? Y'all are the ones who can't clean up after yourselves. That's kind of gross.
Okay, y'all. Let's.
You still ain't showed your bathroom. Your little nasty ass bathroom. You still ain't showed your little nasty bathroom.
That's
gross.
gross.
You got hair everywhere.
Did you just say you left your hair? Did you just say you left the hair in your bathroom sink from this morning?
Like y'all have been talking.
Why did you clean up behind yourself?
Do you know how gross it is to not know how to wash your clothes?
But you know how gross it is to have hair all over your damn house like a cat?
For excuses because y'all don't know how to like clean up after yourself.
But you don't clean after yourself.
Who doesn't know how to wash your clothes though? That's who doesn't know how to wash.
She doesn't know how to wash her bed. It's hair everywhere.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead. Let's go to get to the next topic.
Don't get a lint brush. And I bet it'll be lint everywhere all over the damn lint brush.
Andrea, that is not what he said. He did not say.
That's what you said.
When did I say that a man doesn't
You
know how
said
to
you
clean
don't
clothes?
know how to do laundry.
When did I say that?
You said that like what? 20 minutes
I never
ago?
said
That's how
that. I
conversation
never
started.
said that. I never said. I said I don't do the laundry because my wife does the laundry. That doesn't mean I don't know how to do laundry. I went to college.
Okay.
I did my own laundry for 4 years.
Okay.
And I don't wash dishes.
And that, hold on, Mr. Let Go. And that's also not what Marcus said. Marcus didn't say he doesn't know how to do laundry. He said he would not respond to being disrespected. That's
Just
the
say y'all
difference.
dirty. Just say y'all
I don't
dirty.
wash dishes.
Nobody.
You gonna wash my dishes, Andrea? I'm not
Just
washing
say y'all
shit.
dirty. It's all right.
I don't care. How
You know
about that?
what though? Here's the interesting part.
You gonna
though.
wash my dishes?
Hold on. Here's the interesting part though. You said that people
We
don't know
got
that we don't know how to clean up behind ourselves. When I asked you about the hair, that's the hair that's been in your bathroom sink since this morning. Why haven't you cleaned it? Ain't that something you're supposed to clean up behind yourself?
I clean up after my.
Because she do it when she wants.
It talked about having kids and making them slaves because y'all don't know how to clean up after yourselves. That's the
All right,
who do you think taught the kid how to
Come on,
clean?
y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. We gotta get to the main
Who
topic.
do you
y'all.
think taught the kid how to clean?
If you guys are just tuning in,
Andrea trolling right now.
welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Let's make sure we hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Andrea's a loser chooser.
I can't believe it, Jesus.
Big at 11, $10 says take a camera around Lego house. I bet you will not find anything of this on the top shelf.
Got a
where's
refrigerator.
I'm not doing laundry in your house, ma'am.
Exactly.
Andrea sounds like a Deidre in Strictly Business. Deidre? Man. The sex is whack. Left, right, left, for a hump.
I have no understanding of what the hell.
I can't believe it, Jesus. I can't believe it, Jesus.
Let's go and get to the main topic, y'all. Y'all ready? I heard the likes are down. Let's get the likes up, y'all. I don't know
As
if we
long
have
as the topic ain't got nothing to do with laundry, we good.
Yeah. The main topic of the evening is women that take advantage of the good guy. I'm going to play this clip.
There's brothers that are working on themselves and they are seeking out assistance in their journey and they are getting bolder in their evolution. If you do not mean these men well, stay the fuck away from them. Don't be fucking them up. Don't be tempting them with that pussy. Leave them alone. Let them heal. Because a lot of women be using this spirituality, consciousness, cosmics, whatever's to get some dick. Y'all be coming in, oh, blessings, king. Highest praises, king. I see the God in you all because you want some dick. And then when he break your motherfucking heart, then, niggas ain't shit all over again. Nah, he was just a king, remember? Remember, it was just Hotep, blessings, king. Blessings, king. You such a god. Then when he dozed through your motherfucking ass because he ain't ready for that and you keep pushing that pussy on him, and your heart broke the fuck up, get off of him. Don't be bashing him. Leave him alone.
All right. Women that take advantage of the good man. I'm going to start with you, Sierra. What are your thoughts about that?
I figured you was gonna come to me first.
Why did you think that?
I don't know. I just felt
Y'all
like
gotta stop throwing that pussy.
She got her
on
camera
us.
straight now.
yes, like I
Hey,
had to
y'all
put it
please
my
stop throwing y'all
area.
pussies
Like
on
yes,
us.
yes,
It's
yes.
disrespectful. We're trying to heal.
I feel mixed about what she's saying because I feel like it was two different messages. Like I feel like she was saying like we throwing pussy at
Y'all
men,
do.
right? But then she was also saying that when he do her dirty, that don't feel bad, he's a good man. So I was kind of lost in what she was trying to say. And maybe it's just me because I get what she's saying about us using vagina to try to get men to commit to us if they're saying they're not ready for that. I totally get that. But if she's using what she said to say like, and when he do you dirty, don't be upset, leave that man alone. And that's something totally different, because then it's like, well, how can you say that he would still be considered a good man if he's doing her dirty? Because that just doesn't go. I didn't get where she was going with that, basically. And the title of the
I can
video was
explain that
confusing
to
to
you.
me too.
I think
So
I can explain that.
go ahead, Marcus.
Like you can get it right back. I think she was saying that because somebody is letting you know they're not healed and they're not ready for a relationship, if you walk into dating them trying to be a peaceful whatever, and they've already told you, I don't want a relationship, I'm not healed, I'm not ready for that, and when they leave you, meaning they didn't want a relationship and you did, then you're mad because niggas ain't shit because you wanted to be in a relationship. I think that's what she meant. But you got it.
Okay. So, in that context, then I think it's just clear with what she said. Like, that woman will have to take that loss. Like, you cannot manipulate men with vagina to think that that's something that's going to keep a man. I do think that women do use that. I think that a lot of us, most of us, not all of us, right? We build relationships or have been taught to build relationships off of physical attraction and physical contact, meaning that we never established that we wanted to be committed to each other. We just started having sex, and now we assume that things are going to get serious and go to the next level. So I totally agree with what she's saying. Like, women use sex as a weapon, and because we are the ones to attract, right? Sometimes we will act like we okay with certain things just to play the part, hoping that what we will do will get us a certain outcome. And then when it doesn't work out that way, like she said, yeah, you can't get mad. Like you knew what it was from the beginning. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, that's on that woman. So I don't think the man would be wrong if he chose to walk away. I think that's fair.
All right, go ahead, Andrea.
Okay. Okay.
While she looks up, she's gonna look up.
Because I'm trying to really phrase this without
And she's
sounding.
gonna say, I feel like.
Hold on. Let her get it out. Just go ahead and say how you want to say it. Just don't even no filter. Speak your mind. Speak your mind, Queen.
I feel like what we're doing right now is policing women's bodies. If this woman decides that she wants to be intimate with this man and they have their own understanding, regardless, like, to me, I didn't pick up the fact that he was saying that if a man doesn't want a relationship, why are you trying to use your vagina as a weapon against him? Why do you think that someone would like what? It's like, why can it not be that they have a genuine connection and like they're really enjoying each other and they both make the foolish mistake of taking things too far, and now they're in this mess that they have to figure out? Like, why can't it be a mutual thing? Because it takes two people to tango. Sex, requires two people. So why are we putting all the onus and responsibility on this woman for essentially falling for someone, and it just kind of like happen? Like, I feel like even the woman in the video, I feel like we're doing a policing women's bodies, and that's just something that I don't feel like I can be a part of.
You heard all that, and that's what you got from it?
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
JR, could you play the video again?
She just be hearing shit. I don't know what lens are you like?
It is brothers that are working on themselves and they are seeking out assistance in their journey, and they are getting bolder in their evolution. If you do not mean these men well, stay the fuck away from them. Don't be fucking them up. Don't be tempting them with that pussy. Leave them alone. Let them heal. Because a lot of women be using this spirituality, consciousness, cosmics, whatever's to get some dick. Y'all be coming in, oh, blessings, king. Highest praises, king. I see the God in you all because you want some dick. And then when he break your motherfucking heart, then, niggas ain't shit all over again. Nah, he was just a king, remember? Remember, it was just Hotep, blessings, king. Blessings, king. You such a god. Then when he dozed through your motherfucking ass because he ain't ready for that, and you keep pushing that pussy on him, and your heart broke the fuck up, get off of him. Don't be bashing him. Leave him alone.
I don't know how you got how that's.
No, wait, she might just let her. Andrea might have changed her mind.
I actually didn't. I think she.
Of course she did.
Okay.
I think that she.
I know she wasn't.
Hold on, Sweeney. Go ahead.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, I feel like I don't even know what to say.
I know you
Get your
don't.
words out. You what are you hearing? Maybe that's where we could
Hold
start at.
on.
Okay,
Hold
what
on,
I'm hearing her say is that women are preying on men and weaponizing their vagina against them. And I do not think that that is realistic. I don't think that that's the case at all. I feel like when it comes to two people who are mutually interested in each other and are having mutual chemistry within each other, and they decide that or they just kind of like have a lapse of judgment and they decide to become intimate with each other, because at this point it sounds like she's talking about rape. So I don't like, it's like, so
watch
it's
that R
many
word.
ways you can go
Great.
with this.
Great.
What?
Sorry. It sounds like she's trying to make it seem like women are like jumping on men without consent. And that's why I'm not I'm gonna leave it
That
alone.
is not what she said.
It reminded me of, again, Jada and August Alsina. Remember, August Alsina was going through all these things or whatever, and Jada felt like she could be a healer, and there's this age gap between the two, and she pushed her. It seems as though she more than less forced herself on August, and then August comes out talking about she helped me through a rough time and this and that. You do have women that do have an agenda. Men are the only creatures that have agendas. You do have women that will try to slip and slide in there, and like she said, "Hey King, how you doing today? How you feeling? Everything all right?" To only get that physical connection, because she's being selfish at this point. Now she wants to feed her physical craving, and this man could really be going through something. Somebody could have passed away. Somebody, he could have lost his job. Like, it could have been something serious, but she's looking at it like, okay, this is my end. This is how I'm going to be able to, I'll throw some nurturing on him. I'll throw some compassion on him. And this is how he's going to, allow me in and allow access. But men do it too. Like, but we can't just sit here and just think that only men do this. Women do it too. And like she said, now when that man who was going through something, right? So now he may be acting irrationally. So now when he banging you down and then banging somebody else down, because he still got trauma he need to deal with. He not really focused on you like that. You just something to do. And then he finds somebody else to do. Then you get mad because he's not healed, and you thought you was healing him, and you knew you wasn't healing him. You wanted some sexual healing, but you wasn't healing him for real, for real. You weren't being genuine and honest with this man. And so it backfires on you. And then you want to call men, you want to say all men ain't shit, right? You have women that be like, oh, all men ain't shit. Well, you had a false agenda. You was trying to be something you really weren't. And so you got played like you should have. You should have gotten played. He should have played you. He should have did what he did to you, because you tried to go in there trying to play him. So now the player got played. He just played the game a little bit better than you did. So I can hear exactly what she's saying, because women all the time, like Hank had this post on my page, or well, we did a live, and he's like, I'm not paying for a woman's bills unless she's my wife. And you have all these women in the comments like, well, what do you mean you're not going to pay my bills and blah, blah. Like, lady, if you want to be a prostitute, just say that, but you're not going to manipulate a man into paying your bills before he's your husband. Like, women will do certain things and make it seem like the man is wrong for standing his ground or just being a man in general.
Everybody
so
has
in that case, hold on real quick, let me say something. In that case, I can understand what you're saying. So maybe that's why I was not picking up what she was saying, because in the sense of like August Alsina and Jada Pinkett, I can definitely see where there was like a predatory kind of a like, situation taking place. So yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to be a part of preying on somebody.
But women do that too, even if there isn't no age gap like that. Women still will do that and use lingo in certain scenarios to manipulate a man when he's weak or when he's not really on top of his game.
No, yeah, I can definitely I can agree with that. Like I
out the vulnerability part. People sniff it out, and sometimes people have the intentions you know, of what they want to do. I thought about when she was talking, like the old saying, like, you know, shame, you know, fool me once. What is it? Shame on you. Fool me
Fool me
twice.
once.
What? How does it
Fool me
go?
once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Right?
So
Isn't that
No,
what it
opposite.
is?
Fool me once, shame
with the
on
whole take,
you. Fool me twice, shame on
Shame on me.
me.
yeah. So I
Yeah, fool
thought
me
about
once, shame on me. Shit.
the
Yeah,
vulnerability
for the record, like
of
I wouldn't be.
somebody. It's important to be able to point that out. Like, you know, is this man that is allowing this woman to be able to take advantage of them? Did he partner with this person because they have the, you know, could they be womb mates where they have these same, you know, wounds? A lot of the times we have friendships like that where we think we have something healthy or good because we have the same woes. And so I feel like it could happen to men or women. But in this case, as she specifically talks about women taking advantage of good men, or yeah, good men, a good guy, as it's stated there. You know, unfortunately, you know, people do sniff it out. And I don't want to make any type of generalizations and say that, because I know Sweeney may come for me, but I mean, this isn't often that, in my opinion, I'm going to take some ownership in that, and I can, you know, own up to the fact that that's my generalization, that most women are not out there predatory in a sense where they are after guys just, you know, but because social media is somewhat making it okay for women now, women are becoming a lot more dominant in this area. So it's
Well,
almost 22.
I wanted to say something.
I got some statistics. 80% of women who wear wigs are predatory, and they be tempting us with that pussy. I just want to say.
I just wanted to say something real quick because I got shut off because my internet had disconnected. But no, so yeah, this is actually not that funny of a topic to crack jokes because women and men are capable of being predatory. So in no way, shape, or form, if that's what we're discussing, in no way, shape, or form would I be supportive of someone preying on an individual and taking advantage of them. Like that's not cool.
I think
so. So I think again, I think we're kind of like overshooting in a predator. I don't think she was saying that.
Yeah.
So essentially, what she's saying is that a lot of women will see a guy, and all she really wants, her initial thing that she just wants is some dick. But like how you're starting to see a lot of people talk about being on a purpose and stuff like that. So what she's saying is that you see a lot of women going into these spaces, calling these men king, speaking that spirituality shit and things like that. And all because her agenda is to get some dick and be with this guy or whatever. And then what happens is that guy is not ready to settle down, or he's not in it to be in a relationship. He's in it for the same reason she was in it for initially, which is for sex. So then when he moves on, or he's ready to move on, she feel like she had her heart broken, and now she's saying niggas ain't shit. That was what she said verbatim, is that women are using spirituality and things like that to get in these men, to have sex with these men, because they have their own set of agenda or whatever they want to do with the man. But once they realize that the man is not on the same page as them, they get upset because the man done went on and moved on. And then they feel some type of way about that.
I'm not hearing that. Like I'm hearing that someone's being predatory. Like
That's what I said. It's not predatory.
Like,
it's just
no,
it's not.
It is predatory.
Well, it is if you're doing it for a reason. Okay, so for one, if you're talking to a man about spirituality and things like that, if he's not speaking your language, then yeah, like she should, or he should already know that she has a certain type of agenda. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if y'all not really speaking the same language, then that man should know that she there for a certain type of reason. Because if that's not the type of man that you are, then you probably just gonna smash anyway. Like, I mean,
So let me say this.
Let's extract that word.
Those type of women can easily get into a man's psyche because to a certain degree that, you know, Peace King, that type of woman is like, to a certain degree, the most attractive and the most different, because, you know, all these other women are acting like this. And then this woman is like, Peace King if you was my man, I wash your feet type of person, right? And you just like, yo, that I would love to have this type of woman. But what she's saying is, I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? But the attractiveness of the verbiage, and then of course she puts the pussy on him, and now he's like, all right, you know, I realize, you know, that is attractive, but I told you I don't want a relationship, because we can be attracted to food, we could be attracted to clothes and be broke. We could be attracted to a woman and not be ready. We're humans, right? So the more a woman tries to like put that ass in our face or you know, just try to get us in the direction of just like wanting you, we're gonna want you. We're humans, you know, like if you put your favorite dessert in front of you and you're on a diet, you're gonna eat it. It's just we're just people, right?
Are y'all kidding me right now? Like, are y'all serious?
Hold on. Sierra about to say something. Calm down.
I'm gonna speak for myself because I'm that woman, right? Like I'm very spiritual when it comes to that. So dating for me is totally different because I don't look for certain things in a man as I used to, right? And certain men don't attract to me because they know what type of woman that I am. So when she was saying that women use that, right, to manipulate men, I really had to think, you know, because I'm like, I've never tried to do that. It has always been maybe a spiritual man or a man of a certain caliber coming to me, you know, with that kind of context and that kind of talk, trying to manipulate me in a sense, especially when I first started being on my journey like 6-7 years ago. You'll get that, like they'll see, like you have that spark, like I see you on your journey, you discovering yourself, like let me take you out, like. And I've dated guys where it was like, oh, you just want to be nice to me because you want some ass, like. And it's not to say that spirituality, fuck boys and fuck girls don't exist, because they do. We human, just like you're saying, like. But in the sense of what Andrea is saying about being predatory, if you take the spirituality out, right, and you don't look at it from that sense, and you just say like, yo, it's a regular guy and a regular woman, right, that are doing the work on themselves, and they decide like, yo, you know what, maybe we should, you know, connect and hook up or do whatever it is it still predatory to you in that context when you are just hooking up with a guy just because y'all share that mutual attraction without the spirituality, without them healing themselves? Because to me, I feel like it's a reach to say that it is predatory because we kind of have done it or do it, right? Like when we connected with people and we like them regardless of where they are in their journey. If we like something about them, we kind of assume that we're going to go that way just based off of natural attraction. Even if you're not on a spiritual path, we do it. So to attach spirituality to it and say that it's predatory, it's kind of confusing because it's like, are we still not aware of what we're doing? Even though we're not spiritual, we still are aware that we are adults and we make our own choices and decisions. So how can spirituality make it predatory?
I don't think it's predatory. Andrea is bringing up the predatory part, and I want to let you talk, Andrea. But to me, it's not predatory. It's actually playing with fire and then getting mad that you just got burned.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. So it's not really predatory. The man isn't bad and the woman isn't bad. It's just that the woman wants a relationship. And sadly, our women, because they've been raised by other women and not fathers, they don't value themselves. And the only value they actually see is sex. And they look for a different way because women love to say, because women do this. They love, oh, I'm not like these other women. I'm not like this. I'm like that. So they'll find a different angle with the Peace King and you know, things like that, and use it as an angle to look or appear to be special or different. And then they start sleeping together, even though the man said to her, just like he said to other women, I'm not ready. But because she thinks this angle is the most attractive to him, she's going to ignore, well, he's going to ignore everything he feels and just gets with her. And it backfires. Now she's back on, see, these niggas ain't shit. I tried the Peace King shit. It still don't work.
That's Andrea, in all seriousness, that's exactly what she was describing. That's what she was literally describing as the women that use that type of language to get with men, and most of the time they don't even be on that type of time until they sleep with the guy. They don't. They just want some. They just trying to get. They like the guy, and they think that's what's going to make them look or appear a lot better than the other women. So they come in with that mindset, and then once they with the guy, what they realize is that guy isn't there yet, and then they get their heart broken. And like you said, they get burned. But that's what she was describing. It's not a predatory thing. She's not been. The woman ain't being predatory. It's just that was her. That's how. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask your question real quick.
So Precious said she compared the August Alsina and Jada Pinkett situation, and to me, if we're taking that situation and putting it onto this, to me that's predatory.
What? Yeah, I also said that it doesn't have to be that gap in age. I think, like I said earlier, I think that some women have an agenda. Jada had an agenda. Period. She had an agenda. So
that's
her agenda is what allowed her to take advantage of a young man. But there are women who have an agenda that just want to take advantage of a man because she feels as though she could do so because she's a woman. She tries to use her feminine influence, the spiritual influence. It's just an agenda.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this. If y'all are not so even with Sierra said, she said if we're spiritual and we're both trying to figure out things and I'm on a spiritual journey and you're aware of that, if we're specifically talking about this video, in this video this girl is saying you're like, it's like you're trying to take advantage of someone in a weak state.
She did say that at the beginning, but when she further clarified, understand what she was saying. These men, she started off with, these men are on their journey. They're making themselves better. They're doing this. For a woman would see that in a man. Obviously, that's a very attractive man to her. So so she would go and be like, "Oh, I see you, King. Oh my God, spirituality." They get to talking. You know, she's using all the language. You a king. You a god. This, that, and the third. And then what she really wants is, in that moment, she may have just been in it for her own personal satisfaction, or she's just trying to get XYZ. And then what happens is that she finds out that he's still on his journey. He's not ready to do the thing that she wants him to do.
Just like men talk to talk.
What you're saying is, if it's not predatory, that means that those are two consenting adults and everything is central and the two parties.
Remove the Arkansas Center thing because that's the predatory thing.
They're on a different page though. She's talking about a man healing and a woman coming in disrupting that healing.
Okay, so what
it is consensual. It is consensual, but it's manipulation.
No. So if it's consensual and two consenting adults are making a decision to take that step together, why are we putting all the blame on the woman? Because if we're doing that, then we're basically...
It's a video.
Hold on,
it's a video.
Mr. Lego, wait, Mr. Lego. We're still missing. We're still missing
accountability, right?
We're still missing. You're still missing.
It's a woman that said it.
Mr. Lego, wait, bro.
We're just watching a video.
Wait. You're still missing something there. It's not somebody's agenda. It's not what she's speaking to is a woman's agenda to get with a guy. And then she finds out that guy is not on the page that she wants him to be on. So what happens is she winds up getting burned in the end. It's not about, that's all it's about, is that she saw this guy that she really liked. He on this thing, and she's using that and saying, "I see you, King." She's using all that love language and stuff like that. They both in it.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get Trev in there. Stacey, you spoke on this already?
You can let Trev go.
I just want to see who haven't spoke. Mark, you spoke on this? Okay, so let's go. Let's go to Trev, Stacey, Marcus, then we go to Let Go.
All right. So one thing I want to say is that every single one of us, every single human goes into a relationship for their own selfish reasons, period. You may go into a relationship with an understanding that you will have to provide something that the other person needs, but don't get it twisted. Every single one of us go into a relationship because of what it is that we want out of a relationship. And as far as the lady, I feel like she's somebody who's a little bit jaded and she's losing in the sexual marketplace. And that's why she might sound like that. I don't think that every one of these ladies necessarily has some nefarious intent, although it may be a poor judgment call to get with somebody that needs to be healed. What do we ask for in women? We ask for nurturers. We ask for healers. Maybe she feels like that's her duty. Maybe she feels someone who needs help and that's what she wants to do for him. Maybe that's the service that she wants to provide. Now, if he articulates clearly that that's not what he wants, that's not what he's into, then maybe he should avoid her himself, right? Because again, like Andrea said, they're two consenting adults. So he would have to bear some of that responsibility for who he sleeps with as well, only because if he were to violate somebody else, he would be responsible for it. So therefore, you are responsible for your own sexual actions. So you can't get caught up in that, regardless of what your mental state is. You still have to make adult decisions.
I think the problem is that, again, I think JR worded, I think JR's title of this is actually at odds with what she was actually saying. She's not saying that women are taking advantage of men in that sense where everything is unconsensual and he has no idea what's going on. All she simply said is a lot of women think that king talk and stuff like that is gonna work in these scenarios, and they think they're gonna get what they want out the deal, but they're dealing with somebody that's may not necessarily be there yet, and then they get burned at the end and find out that, oh, even though I was this person to him, because a lot of women say that I was the perfect woman. I did this, I did that, and he wasn't, and he still fucked up. And what she's basically saying is that a lot of y'all go into the scenario thinking that you're giving what that man needs in the moment. In reality, you're not giving what he needs in the moment. He's doing whatever he's doing, and you thought you were doing what you were doing to get him, and it didn't work. That's all she's saying. Now, she did word it and say y'all need some good men and all of this at the beginning, but when she started to clarify, that's not what I got from it. I don't look at it as some woman taking advantage of a good guy. It was she wanted something out the deal. She thought this would get her that. It didn't work out, and now she's upset about it not working out. That's what she's speaking to.
Hold on, y'all. We gotta go to Stacy, Marcus, and let go.
That's going back to that unrealistic expectation, like establishing expectations. I mean, when we say taking advantage of someone, that she, spoke in the sense of, them being intimate, having sex, it's a responsibility that there is, consent. And I mean, we do know hearing somebody say taking advantage of them is a form of manipulation. Using someone, it does take two to do anything, but I do feel like there is some type of ownership to the person who has come to themselves, who knows what their intentionality is, to take advantage of this vulnerable person, to actually take a step back and, whether they provide them with the opportunity or not to still engage in this sexual encounter, it matters. But then, if I am empowered and I'm with a man who's vulnerable, I'm going to, try to take a step back because I know that I'm in my right place. I'm in my right mind. And, it takes two. And so when most of the time women do have expectations of having, this long-term relationship, or saying that, okay, maybe, this sexual encounter partners with a relationship. There's an assumption. And so you clear up misconceptions, you establish norms, and you have expectations. Even in encounters like this, where there's no committed relationship, there still should be some type of communication. Because had they been, had they have in this situation, had any type of communication with each other, she would have recognized his, some of the things that he's going through, because he would have conveyed it to her. Vice versa, he would see where she is to see, oh, I better not pursue this situation just because it's available to me. Every deal isn't a good.
Hold on, Sweeney. Let me get to Marcus and let go. I promise. I want to get to the people.
Sweeney, you be like, I got you.
I got the perfect example for Andrea. I got the perfect example for her.
I just jotted down Sweeney.
Oh, come on, man.
All right. So, yeah, So in regards to the video, I think I really understood, and I think if we flipped it and put it in another example, because this kind of would make it even more clear. If a lady lost her husband and she was grieving and she was really going through a rough time and she was really depressed, and then a man came up to her and offered friendship, knowing that he wanted sex. He offered friendship, he bought her things and continued to just be her friend. And the moment that she says, I told you I was grieving and I could only have friendship, and you want sex, he curses out. And she become every ain't shit bitch in the world and ain't da 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 da. That's the same thing. And judging by that, I would say that is predatory, because I want to look at the definition, and it says to ruthlessly, a person who ruthlessly exploits others. So if you catch somebody in a vulnerable state to exploit them for the thing you want, that technically could be considered predatory behavior at the very least. So that's all I want to say.
All right, go ahead, Lego.
Well said.
This is, it's not personal to me or whatever, but I've seen this because my type of woman is the eclectic, earthy type of woman. So as much shit as I talk on social media, you know, I don't like the wigs, I don't like this, I don't like that. A lot of times the women who don't do all the things that I say I don't like, and they have their natural hair and they do this and they do that, they automatically just think they're the ones for me. And to a certain degree, they'll push themselves on me because I'm not this and I'm not that. Yes, they'll be sounding like that. And they'll be, you know, saying certain things, expecting me to just wife them up. And I'm like, yo, just because I don't want these things and you don't possess the things that I don't want doesn't mean that I want you. You know, it's crazy. I don't have these things that these other people have. Therefore, you should want to be with me. What do you have? What do you offer? Don't tell me what you don't have. Don't tell me what you don't do. Don't tell me what you don't wear. Don't tell me what you don't believe in. What do you believe in? What do you do? What do you want? And they can't answer that. So I can easily understand what she's saying, because it's crazy. It's like, ooh, I see an angle, so I'm just gonna, no, man, like a woman has to sit back and observe a man because we're observing you. But I think women don't observe the man that they actually want because they don't care. They just want him. They want what they want. And they just, especially if she's attractive, he's going to want me because I want him. And that shit is crazy.
Hey, Precious, did you spoke? You spoke on this already?
I mean, yeah. I just men do it, women do it too. I just don't think that women are are excluded from doing it. Women probably learn how to do it from men. You know, it is not a one gender type of thing. I think that you would be, naive to think that women don't take advantage of men, that they don't have their own agendas, whether it comes down to dick, whether it comes down to money, whether it comes down to some type of covering or security. It happens, but it's the intent. I think Stacey O said that it's the intent. When you have an intent to take advantage, it's one thing to really have a desire, right? To want to be in a man's life and want to help him and want to see him do well and see both of you guys do well and advance with your family. That's one thing, to have a desire to want to do that. But it's another thing when you coming in sideways trying to trick a man into that type of either lifestyle or even a dating type of a situation where you just want him to buy you things. You just want him to pay for your nails. You just want him to buy you a new bag. Like, there's a difference. And I think men can tell the difference, but when a man is in a vulnerable state, he really is not thinking logically. He's not. Most men are not emotional like women are, but they are weak when they're vulnerable. And that's why they don't get vulnerable with everybody. That's why they do choose certain people to be low with, right? They don't choose everybody to be low with. They choose certain people to be low with. And most times, 99.9% of the time, it's not with a woman because they know this can happen.
All right. Is anybody that haven't spoke on it? Everybody spoke. Go ahead, Sweeney.
Marcus, you almost had it, bro. Almost had it. This is the thing. And again, we keep trying to make this a predatory thing, and it's not. For example, just to go back and use Marcus's example, a guy, and I'm sure, Andrea, you've experienced this. A guy comes in, or you may have talked to a guy, and he said, man, I did everything. I pulled out a chair. I opened up the door. I took her out. I was all of this for this guy, for this woman. And when it came time and I was looking for a relationship and I wanted to be with her, or he could just be one like, man, I wanted to have sex with her, and she cut me off at the door and said I was just a great friend, and he gets upset. It's the same thing. Like, now let's use Marcus's example. A guy comes in, he sees a woman, she's grieving or whatever. He may genuinely like the girl and and he's like, okay, I care for this woman. I'm gonna do all of this. And what happens is he thinks this is what a man's supposed to do for this woman in this moment. So he's doing all of these things for her. And then when it's time for him to shoot his shot, he gets shot down and he gets upset. That's essentially the same thing. It's not malicious. I don't think it's malicious intent. I don't think that even women, when they do it, it's malicious intent. She's basically saying your strategy, that what you think may work for that person, you're trying to go in with this strategy, with this plan in place for a guy, and then you find out that the strategy doesn't work. Don't come back to the world and get upset about it. Your strategy didn't work because it wasn't working for that guy. He wasn't ready. Don't come out and say all men ain't shit. Just like a man can't come out and say, man, these bitches ain't shit because I did everything a man was supposed to do and she turned me down anyway. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Either be genuine about how you want to move, and if you are that person, then be that person, but don't get jaded when it doesn't work out for you because you thought you was dealing with a man that this will work on, and it didn't work. But we keep trying to add this predatory thing on there, and this predatory, that's not what it is.
I think we deviated from.
Hold on, I'll drop the definition for predatory in the background. A person who ruthlessly exploits others. Air quotes, a sexual predator. I didn't even know if ruthlessly fit the criteria. So the definition for ruthlessly, without pity or compassion for others. He clearly stated to her that he was not ready. She disregarded that and decided to do what she wanted to do without care or consent for what he needed or wanted. At that point, it became predatory when you disregarded what the other person needed specifically to do what you wanted. Ruthlessly exploitation.
If she really cares, she let that thing heal and per the definition.
But you have to
Sounds like 80% of black women.
But you have to understand that I would assume that it have to be the intent going in. Now, getting upset because
she said that.
Well, she did say that, but like I said, when she further clarified it, it doesn't make any sense. Her first statement and the last, and how she clarified it, didn't make any sense. That's why it confused a lot of people. What she was essentially saying was, you go in it thinking that this is going to work on these men, and then when it doesn't work, you get mad at the world. That's all she was simply saying. Stop going in it with these good men. They still good men, but because they wasn't a man, because they wasn't a good man to you in that moment, now you want to cast on all of them as bad men. No, he just wasn't ready. But don't get mad at him. Move on with your life. That's all she was saying.
No, we in agreement, except for the predatory part. And I think we're in agreement now on that too.
Because we assume, because y'all are assuming that a lot of that, because we're assuming that these people go into it with ill intentions. Just because they get upset in the end doesn't mean it was ill intentions.
She said that in the beginning.
Well, yeah.
But it's something that y'all aren't really paying attention to. There's an angle of this, just like y'all see my shirt, right? My next shirt that I'm going to come out with is going to say, "Don't be tempting us with that pussy." I just want to say that. Y'all got to look at it from a marketing standpoint. That's how we men are going to be able to stop these women from being predators. We got to put it on our shirts. Ladies, stop tempting us with that pussy.
Wait a minute. Let me say something
Link in
real
the
quick.
bio.
Wait a minute. No. Let me just say this.
I'm making that a shirt.
Because that's actually not even funny. Like if once sex is involved and a person is like saying this is something I don't want to do, this is something I'm not ready for, and they're in a vulnerable and weak state, it's a difference between, like you were saying, pulling out a chair for someone and doing all these things to try to flatter a person and woo them. That's completely different once a sexual act is involved. Once a sexual act is involved, it becomes predatory because you're doing something for your gratification sexually. So
Yes, women.
So, but this is for both genders, just like Precious said. This is to both genders because both
No,
genders.
don't make it both genders. No,
No, because
women.
I'm saying it's possible for men to do it. It's possible for women to do it. I would never I'm not going to sit here and say it's okay to be predatory, but we have to first acknowledge the fact that that is what it is. If you are trying to get sexual gratification from a person and they are vulnerable and are not able to really give.
Right.
That's the thing. Hold on, wait. That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. The woman ain't mad. The thing is that when she further explained and when she got to the end of her statement, the woman ain't mad because she got sexually gratified or that he didn't give her sex. She got mad that he didn't give her a relationship.
You're not listening.
So if somebody, hold on, wait. So if somebody goes in and says, "Hey, look, I'm just in it for the sex," and then you find out that that's all he's in it for, and then you get upset. I get what you're saying. I heard you. I heard what you said.
Are you scratching your wig?
I heard.
Are you doing
Mr. Lego, come on,
that black girls be doing?
Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay,
she's not scratching her wig. She's tapping her head. Come on, man.
Oh, I thought she was okay.
No, she isn't. She's tapping her head because she's saying that I'm not listening. I heard you, Andrea. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that what she's describing is not a person that's using somebody and they're trying to get sexual gratification against the other person's will type deal. What she's saying is that they're using this because they think that's what the person that they about to get with wants. And then they get together, they have the sex, they do whatever, but then she finds out that what she really was trying to get out of this person was the relationship or more than just the sexual gratification. And then she finds out that he's not ready. And then she's mad at the world. And she says, all men ain't shit because this guy wasn't ready for her. That's what it boils down to.
Right? Now that we speaking about it and I'm thinking about what she's saying, if the woman is supposedly on her journey, right? How could she be mad at the world for taking action into something where she already was aware of what was going on? So maybe that means that she also needs to do more work on herself, because why would you be upset about something when you already knew what the circumstances was?
Exactly.
So that's why I said her message was confusing, because it's like a woman, right, that she's explaining wouldn't even get into that to do something like that. So that's why I was kind of confused, because I'm like, she's giving two different messages. Like, you can't be upset and mad at the world about that.
That's what I said. She said two different things. Basically, what she was using, you know what she was using? She was saying y'all using the tell them what they want to hear method. And then when you get what you want, then and men go for sex. We have no problem. She could have literally just walked up to the man and said, all I want is sex. But what they do is they mask it in something else, thinking that it's gonna get them the further beyond sex. They get the man further beyond sex. Just like men think that, hey, look, I pulled out her chair. I did all the things. I told her I was doing everything right. And I didn't get the result I wanted. And now I'm mad at the world. That's all she's simply saying. She said some other shit at the beginning, but it didn't match what the hell she said in the second half of that statement.
But see, the difference is men will just go do it to the next person, right? They just going to go do it to the girl down the street. She going to cry and say that men ain't shit instead of just picking up her panties and keeping it moving.
Basically, it's the red pill thing.
Can we turn on our thinking here? Okay, I feel like our thinking caps are not on. Let's turn on our thinking. Because if we're not talking, okay, in this video, she is saying two scenarios, but all in all, she's talking about someone who's having predatory behavior. So if that's not what she's doing, she's not preying on this person, and they're two consenting adults, then both of them share the responsibility. But I feel like we're talking in circles, trying to put all the responsibility on the woman. It's black or it's white. No, it's either black or it's white. Either it's a predator. No. Let me finish.
Hold on. Let her finish. When
either black or is white. Either somebody is showing and expressing predatory behavior to someone who is saying, I cannot take this step with you, and they're preying on them, or they're two consenting adults and share the same responsibility when things become chaotic.
No,
Period.
Andrea, no, that is not
Yes.
what she's saying. No,
She's
you
saying.
keep trying to apply the predatory part to it, and it's
Either
not.
one or the
Hold on,
other.
wait. And even with
Can
what
we
you're
get off
saying,
this
hold on,
predatory, man?
Mr. Lego, come on, bro. Even if what you're saying is true, what she's saying is that you want a specific outcome. If you do not get that specific outcome, that's why she's talking to the women. Because if you wanted a specific outcome and you didn't get it out of that man, you don't get to go out into the world and say men ain't shit. That's all she's saying. Just like we would tell a man, just because you didn't get a specific outcome out of women, that you get to go out there and say, because if I was to go out and say that woman's at fault because she didn't want a relationship with you, because just because you did everything right, she's at fault because she didn't have sex with you after you done took her on 6 dates. That's essentially what she's saying, but in reverse. That's literally what she's saying, but in reverse.
That's not what she's saying.
Oh,
she
God.
is speaking of two. You like, I cannot. Like, I just. If these
Can I meet
two
y'all in the
people-
middle?
No, there's no middle. Either
I can explain where the middle is.
if there's
If you-
her experience.
Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna end it. I'm okay.
All right, go ahead and
so
close and take us to the middle, Marcus. Go ahead.
The middle is just this. If you listen to that video and cut it off halfway through the video, because she's saying something that corresponds, but it does then turn into something else which dilutes what she initially was saying. Listen to the video, cut it off. The first part she was talking about predatory. Then after she got into it, what Sweeney is saying. So y'all are both right by the way she hopefully wasn't intentional, but purposely worded that.
That's what I said. She said two different things. Because
That's
the
what I
first
said.
thing don't match up with the second thing, but I'm going off of, because somebody can come out and say something, but I'm going to go off of what you said the longest. When you go, if you said something for 5 seconds, but then you talk for another 3 minutes about something totally different, I'm not going, what you said in that first 5 seconds, especially if it don't match what you said in the last 3 minutes, I'm going to go off of your 3 minutes. I'm not going to go off of what you said for 5 seconds. So what she said for 3 minutes, she described something totally different. And what and it is something that you see with women a lot, where they're doing things that they think, because how many times we heard women say, I've done everything that he wanted me to do, and he still cheated. I've done everything that he wanted me to do, and he still left. You can be the perfect woman and they'll still leave. You've heard, come on, Andre, you've heard this before. You in women's spaces. Just like a man says, just like a man can say, I've done everything possible and I still didn't get none. Don't be going out there and taking these women on 7 dates, bro, King, because that don't mean that's going to guarantee you some ass. Or that don't mean it's going to guarantee you to be with her. That's all she was saying in that last 2 minutes.
You keep comparing apples to oranges. You're sitting here and you're talking about someone saying I did everything that he wanted me to do and he still cheated on me. You were talking about people who are actually in a committed relationship, so that person
God,
didn't
I just use it as an example,
No,
baby
I'm
girl.
not.
Come on now.
You need to stop. What I'm saying is this. This is what you said. You said this to me just now.
An example.
You said, no, Sweeney, this is what you said to me. I'm just repeating what you said word for word.
Go ahead.
You said, I did everything he wanted me to do, but he still cheated on me. You are referring to two people who are in a committed relationship. So that person has a valid reason for complaining about being cheated on. This particular conversation, you're talking about someone who is trying to throw themselves on somebody to get a certain result.
Andrea, slow down. Understand. I was just using that as an example to help you understand better. Whether it's during the relationship, hold on, wait. Whether it's during the relationship or beforehand, when people go into a scenario and they think that they're doing something right and they don't get the result that they want from doing what they're doing, a lot of people come out of it upset. I just used he still cheated as an example because that's something that you can understand that women typically say in relationships. But what she's saying is that there are some women out there that go into it just trying to talk to a guy and they trying to, you know what I mean, lure a guy in, or they trying to be with a guy, and they think that they're doing what the guy wants them to do. They're saying the hey kings, they saying they being this wholesome woman and all of that, and it doesn't get the result that they desire. Then they go out and they come out jaded and mad at the world, mad at men for that. I just use the relationship thing as an example so you can hear like how women speak. about these type of scenarios, because this is something that we don't hear women typically talk about, because women don't typically chase men. She's speaking to women that go out their way to make themselves available to men, and they use certain language and things like that, and it doesn't work. And then they come back to the sisterhood and be like, "Yeah, these niggas ain't shit. I did everything right. I was queen mother goddess. I was talking, I was speaking light into him, and I was doing all of this, and that shit didn't work. That man still didn't want to commit. That man still out there got 2 other girlfriends. I found out on the other side of town, or she found out she was the side chick, or some shit like that. She upset because she thought this was gonna be the thing that got this guy, and it didn't work.
Why are we
Because
still here? Y'all the two
We go, yeah, there we go.
classroom.
All right, yeah, we got to go ahead and close this on out. Sharon D. Berry, 499, Simmons to let go, scatter, poom poom. And Dap, DH Harris.
Hold on, did y'all see her face? That
I feel. Get out your feelings and use your brain for once.
Said that?
All right, y'all. Let's go and conclude the show for the day. Let's make sure we follow each other and support each other. I want to thank everybody for your perspectives tonight. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and cop that Assured Man. That link is in the description. Also, shout out to the sponsor, TH Hanley, Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. Great show, y'all. Hit that like button on the way out, family. We out.
God damn it, Andrea. Shit.
What happened? She farted or something?